Record.
Okay, good.
Here we go.
Recording in progress.
We're live. Welcome to the shit show, guys. Pro coaching QA. Today we're gonna do 3-bet pots. We're gonna wait for Sixes to come and take over. He's gonna show us all the reports and stuff. I figure what we'll do is we'll just wing it and we'll play some of these 3-bet spots here in the trainer. And then as we go, we'll just analyze what our ranges should be as we go. We'll do it all on the fly. Seems like
Sure.
it should work. I'm pretty sure I set this up for, it says 3-bet pots PC. I'm not sure what the PC is for. I'm thinking that's for poker coaching.
What you're coaching.
Because and I share this, so I think he made
These
it.
are all button small blinds.
I think it's 3-bet anywhere, question mark. We're about to find out, man. The first spot here was small blind versus button. So yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll fucking wing it. And there we go. Cool. So Matt, since you are hot on the mic, raising the button with ace-8, small blind raises, re-raises you rather?
These are, God, we're 150 deep. Is this cash? We 150 deep?
Wait a minute. What was that, cash?
Cash 6 max, yeah.
Relative positions.
50 NL.
Oh, ain't that a bitch? I know, I got you. Oops.
Probably fold it in cash, but yeah.
Trainer, non-controls. God damn it. Solutions.
Yeah, you're in the cash side of things.
Practice trainer.
Trainer.
See if you have one saved.
How do I get back to the spots?
Hit the gear, I think.
Let's just hit the what?
The gear.
How do I get rid
Is that
of
what you're looking for?
Yeah. Just click on that, yeah.
Got it.
There you go.
I got it.
8 max, what, 40? All those, okay, sure.
That seems good.
20 to 40, okay. Cool.
There you go. Almost the same
Jam.
spot. Jam.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody not jamming? Anybody 4-betting this differently? Or flatting? Flatting's an option too, I suppose. Anybody balancing their folding range? Everybody jamming?
I'm jamming.
Everybody jamming. What do you think your call range looks like here, Matt?
Calling range. Like I'm probably 40 bigs. I'm like
What doing hands like
jamming.
ace-8 suited? Ace-9
I'd
suited.
probably call that, yeah.
What about
I'd
ace-10
call all
suited?
those.
I would probably like calling myself.
All those hands?
I'm probably
Ace-8, ace-10?
jamming like I don't even know if like 8s, maybe 8s or 9s plus an ace queen suited, ace king off. Rest I'd probably flat.
What about like ace-2 through ace-5 suited?
I mean, those are your bluff side, right? You could jam those too.
What about king, queen, O?
Folding. Yeah. Probably folding king, queen off. King, queen suited, I'd flat.
What about ace?
All your suited pain,
ace-9
I'd probably flat. Ace jack off, maybe.
Let's check it.
I don't know. Probably too tight. I'm in it.
Bring up this spot, right? Don't be a bitch. Yes. Cool.
Yeah,
So
nine-
yeah,
nine
ace-4,
plus,
ace-5
okay.
are bluffs, right? Ace-7, I think, is one that everybody misses.
That's a weird one, but yeah.
But flatting even ace-2 suited, so all your flatting ace-jack suited, ace-10 suited,
Flats, aces, and kings. Yeah.
flatting
Okay.
ace and kings, which I for sure
Trap, I
miss.
guess.
I think people, that's an interesting one. I think this is a good strategy. Don't get me wrong. It protects a lot of this flatting range, right? Which is good. But at the same time, I also think people under 3-bet, especially in the mid and low stakes, And so when they're three betting, they're more value heavy, which means
Yeah,
I kind of like four betting a lot. But I can definitely see the value in calling. King Queen O.
king,
Have to
queen,
call.
I am calling.
So these
okay.
ones are
King,
calls.
jack off, I don't know. I don't
Well,
call
yeah, the
king,
reason
jack
why
that
is
often.
because if this person's playing good in theory, right? Like the small blind's gonna have the most three bets in the spot one. And because you're late position, you're going to get three bet more often in general because they're gonna know you're wide, right?
Yeah.
So cutoff button gets three bet more from the blinds. And because of that, you get to call a little wider. Like if you
Yeah, I'm not.
open,
not.
you know, under the gun and low jack three bets, you know, all the shit comes out, right?
Yeah.
So
So
Joe,
it's,
if-
yeah,
um,
I'm never wide enough. I know I'm not wide enough to get small blind.
I'm not
And
wide enough either.
that's a leak I got. I'm not.
so Joe,
Just
the
because,
other
like you
adjustment I
said,
made-
I'm definitely like obviously folding this stuff.
if
I'm
they're
probably folding this stuff too much.
Yeah.
I'm folding this stuff down here a little bit. So I too am tight.
yeah,
This one's close for me, ace 10-0. I probably missed king jack O. Somebody had a
yeah,
question?
yeah.
Yeah, I
just
got a
answered me.
question.
I was wondering if you made an adjustment where you floated king queen out and jack out in a situation. considering Population is under full betting.
Yeah,
Whatever it
that's
was.
yeah.
Yeah, so you can take off some of
I
this
mean
like low frequency stuff for sure, right? And then I mean you don't want to tighten up too much. I guess it's going to be a little bit depending on your player dependent, obviously. You know, if Limpy
Right.
Collie guy is three
Yeah.
betting, probably fold a lot of this stuff in here. If Spazzy guy is or aggressive guy or good reg is three betting, then we have to be kind of close to this range. You know, and if tight guy is three betting, another argument for overfolding and knocking off some of this bottom stuff. Because their three bet range is going to be so much tighter.
Yep.
That makes sense. Somebody else had a question?
Yes. So when you're shallower, say like 40 here compared to like 80, do you get to cool a bit wider because you can stack off easier with like top pair?
When you're 80?
Yeah, like I assume we're not cooling like king queen off and king jack off
Actually,
when
it's
we're
probably-
deeper.
I think it goes tighter because you
Goes
don't want to
tighter
stack off on those ranges, right? You stack off with top pair, crap kicker, and just run into it, then you're
So
putting
the
these
difference
big,
here is that we
right?
don't
I've done that
have-
before a lot.
Yeah,
Probably
at
too many.
80, I think we have a wider calling range. You can see we have a wider calling range. And we have like almost a no three bet range. Right? Because you really don't want to
Just call
stack
it,
up,
play
which
a
is actually kind of
post in
surprising
position.
with these top of range hands. I would be surprised.
I'm not jamming ace
I'm
king with
surprised.
80 bigs.
It's not about jamming. I guess it's a function of if we four bet and get jammed at 80. Jammed on an 80. They put that as super strong with these hands. Shouldn't give a fuck.
And the ace king is so strong that if you're not jamming, it's a very big leak, I would say, if you're afraid of jamming with ace king.
No. I'm talking about not jamming things like, or even four betting things like ace king, ace queen suited, and then aces. to
No, I'm
kings.
talking about when he said he's not jamming ace king for 80
Yeah,
bigs.
I'm not.
Oh, you're not.
probably not.
Oh.
Or the jacks,
That's-
like yeah, jacks.
Oh, those
for
are
80
great
bigs.
jams.
Those are
though.
great jams
Yeah.
because you're
I
like
know, it's
you're
just-
almost always ahead. Ace king, you're never far behind, and like going post flop with those two hands in particular really sucks, right? Those are the cuspy hands that like
Yeah.
when you miss and then you see bet and get called, you're in hell. So we just run that bitch.
I would advise to like take it another way around. Like think about how many calling mistakes are people doing by population. Like people are not calling correctly enough. They make so many calling mistakes when they call your shoves, and you're
Oh, yeah,
almost
yeah.
always good on this. In this, I mean, yeah.
They
Yeah.
stack off ace queen here so much.
Yeah, so much.
I've seen
exactly.
ace queen so often. It's like
Exactly.
Jesus.
Pucks
I
to
lost.
hands.
I lost ace king to ace queen. I think 5 times last night.
Yeah,
Just when
Like
they
one of
called
the
that
cash
stuff
game,
off.
one of the cash game mistakes that
but
I
you
see
can't
a
be
lot.
gun
Like
shy because of that, Matt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just run.
Yeah,
that shit.
just a thought, like for instance, like in cash there are many like places where stacking off with ace queen pre-flop is a big mistake, but people do it a lot, and that
Oh, yeah.
means that your ace king equity is even better.
Yeah, it
and
goes
like
to the roof.
People stack off with
'Cause
ace
it's
queen and cash.
Oh, yeah.
In
Oh,
many
yeah.
occasions,
cash,
God,
too.
I need to
pre-flop,
get
yeah,
that.
no.
Cash.
Ace queen. Fuck.
Yeah,
man.
you're folding ace queen. Like for
Go.
instance,
You
when
stack
big
off
blind
with ace queen and cash. You fool it. I know you.
I'm learning. I'm learning. Thought I was the only one. Is all.
It's not so lonely anymore. All right, cool. Yeah, we should jam this, of course. Awesome. Reroll the flush. Ooh,
Oh, I think we have to call this for 20.
close one.
No,
Think we have to call this
hijack
as mine?
cut off. Oh, I hate it. I hate my life, but I probably call this.
Bob, what are you doing here?
I'm a call.
He was like so casual about it. Wasn't even like stressful or nothing. Stacy, what are you doing here? If you guys can't don't have a mic, feel free to chat. I got chat up, so we can do it that way too. So that everyone could be included, and then you guys can lurk and hide from me.
I mean, in tournament, probably call here.
Yeah, I'm plugging this in and kind of stalling while at the same time.
This is near the bottom of the range we're calling, right? Or am I way too tight?
I
Hijack
mean,
cut
like
off.
ace 8 feels bad suited.
Yeah.
Probably like ace. Well, then that would be ace 10 off or ace jack off. Like,
Like I feel like this is
Yeah.
the worst suited ace I would call
yeah,
with.
Stacy
yeah,
called.
yeah.
Uh,
Ace 8
It's
suited's a
probably-
call.
It's probably not the worst ace suited that calls. Like if you think about if you're 20 big blinds and you think about GTO jamming ranges that he has there are
I
so many
suppose.
there are so many king x combinations that will just is losing to your ace x combinations, and the more non ace x combinations that he's jamming with there is, your all ace x combinations get better. So yeah, it's probably not the bottom. It's pretty decent, I would say.
So what does your calling range look like here, Romano?
Well, that's a bit harder question because I mean, I don't know.
So what's your worst offsuit ace?
You know, I see.
Probably like ace 5 or ace 4 suited, and
Okay.
probably offside ones is probably offside one probably cuts off with 8 or something. Yeah, but
Okay.
but
What
suited
about
ones-
pairs?
or any pair.
What about offsuit paint? King, queen, king, jack, king, queen, jack.
Probably like king 9 suited.
King nine suited. What about offsuit paint?
King
Probably
queen.
like
King, queen, oh?
king
jack
queen. I think there is king jack too.
Okay. And then what about suited paint like queen, jack suited, jack 10 suited, king? You said king 9, so. Suited paint?
In GTO, jack 10 suited probably is a call too.
That's gross.
Anyone want to anyone want to challenge that? Matt, what's your range look like here?
I'm
Aces.
Yeah.
What else?
like maybe ace 5 suited because that's the weird one, right? But I'm probably calling ace 10 off.
Okay. Ace 10. What
All the
about suited
pairs
aces?
probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Like king 10. I'm probably going king 10 suited. King 9 suited. I don't know. Like king 10 suited. Queen jack suited. I don't like. I don't know. It's 20 bigs. Yeah, I'm pretty tight. I don't know. I'm a couple notches
I see
tighter
that
than he
many
is.
people when they play and they think about their ranges, they have like 25 big blinds and they're still thinking like they're 60.
Sure. This is tighter than you expect, though.
Maybe. I can be wrong for sure.
Ace
Yeah,
9
king
suited.
jack suited.
Wow.
Okay, not even king 10 suited.
Not all
okay.
pairs.
I play too many
Oh,
PKOs, so PKOs there is probably
PKOs will be
double this
different.
range.
Then you'll
PKOs, you're
be
gonna
well
run.
out.
You're gonna run it.
Yeah.
You're gonna run some of this bottom stuff.
Ace 10 off.
Ace
okay,
4
ace
suited's a
10
little too
suited,
wide,
yeah.
but like this stuff for sure. Ace 10 for sure. King queen
Fives
probably
plus
in a
only,
PKO.
okay.
I was pretty close.
It's the
Like I
era.
missed king jack suited, and
King jack suited is break even though, so you could probably edge past that one.
yeah, I had ace 9 suited instead. So it's like just substitution.
Sure.
At least pretty much when you see when you look at PKO chart, it's like double this range that you're watching right now.
Depending on the size of the gun.
Yeah.
Uh,
But
70
kinda.
something. Owned.
Yeah, cause he's jamming all that stuff too. Right?
Mhm.
Wait, but you showed the Icemizer. Can you show the calling range in the wizard?
Oh, maybe.
It was like, I don't think it's so tight. It has to be a bit wider.
That
What
hit
the
that
hell?
69% down there in the bottom right. Or there you go. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wow. I mean,
But you can see
Holding
it's,
Six of
ace 10
clubs, ace 10, ace
ace
jack.
ace 10 ace 10 is a pretty big surprise here.
you can see it's
Yep.
pretty similar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we said, ace 9 suited was
Well-
the bottom. Yeah.
I can be wrong too.
It's better.
know,
It's like we always say,
Poker-
like, be
poker-
wrong here where
poker-
it's free.
Poker is a hard game. Yeah,
You're
for
just
sure.
a couple
It's,
clicks
fives
off though. You weren't
plus,
too bad. You were a
Ace
couple
9
clicks
suited
off.
plus, king queen suited. And ace 10 oh, I mean, you were damn close to this.
Like 20 bigs is quite a lot.
Yeah, 20 bigs is a lot. For sure, it's a lot.
Cool.
Who can we call? Soa. Soa, you calling here? Mike or chat, whichever one works for you.
No, I fold this.
Sean, you folding here?
Yeah, let's fold. for me.
Yeah. Nobody calling? Nobody calling? Never call.
Close.
Is it close?
I'm bad. Still.
Yeah, it's
so
probably
I
trying to
folding.
picture
Yeah,
the
it's
range. I think it
probably
is a
folding.
fold.
think it's probably 2 off.
Yeah, it's way full.
It's under the gun one range we're starting with.
I mean,
so-
it's
Oh,
okay, it's
right.
okay, bit.
Yeah.
It's close. These traders always give you the edges, right? Make it tough. You never get the fucking layups.
Right. I guess suited. I'm not calling my
Good
9
call.
suited here. Good lord.
Which one?
My 9x suited. I'm not calling queen 9 suited.
9-7
here.
Yeah, I
That's
was thinking the
good.
same thing. I was
Oh,
only suited tens when I'm calling when they're three betting under the gun. But I think if real people three bet under the gun, they might be tighter than GTO.
I'm not
Sure.
that wide.
Let's look at it with the, oops, let's look at what the, range looks like. I mean, that's not a lot here. Right? It's tough to be tighter than this.
Fair enough. I actually lean towards my suited tens three betting early position more than suited nines, but maybe I got to be a little looser.
King 9 always the magic one. You find out a lot.
That was good for.
We finally got the layup. This one's pretty much a layup too. Huh? Oh, we got the 5 streak. Here we go.
Oh,
What?
that's a call.
Yeah,
we just
totally.
saw
That's a
that. That
call.
was a call.
Yep.
This was
9X
the
That's
bottom
what I
one.
meant, but it's close.
I snapped it. You see that? Holy
Mhm.
shit! They got me.
Bro, we're in
Especially against
position.
small
They
blind.
caught
If
me
you're
slipping.
multi-tabling against the GTO
I
bots,
was caught me slipping. Yeah, this was the bottom.
Autopilot.
It's the
We
bottom.
literally just looked at this.
We did.
This is probably a call.
We did. I messed it up.
The decent suited one gappers.
Oh. He,
Oh,
he
God.
blocked that. Blocks your ass. Probably
Can you
gonna
ever
call.
fold?
10
Misclick.
to
I'm sorry,
1, like
Stacey.
20 to 1.
Yeah, no, that.
Why would
I
why
like
would
the
he
call.
why would he block bet though this?
It's a very good
like that?
question. This is
Like
not
if, like
easy to
like
go
SPR.
for that.
I don't make any sense of this if I see this one.
Me either.
It's like what?
Makes no sense to me now.
I
Um,
would just snap it like I have something really good and I don't care.
Oh, you're gonna do like a timing tell on them? Reverse.
Oh yeah,
timing
absolutely.
tell?
Yeah, no, I'd want to snap that real quick so they think twice about bluffing the turn. At least
I like
so
that.
I think they think
The
twice about
levels, I
bluffing
like
the
the
turn,
levels.
so I can fold this.
I mean,
Yeah,
that is a viable
I
theory.
mean,
That's,
we're folding
you know,
this a turn, but with hearts
avoidable.
and 10%.
I reckon click it back
I
to
can't-
4 big blinds.
Oh Jesus! Now we're getting now
That's
we're getting
creative,
super
I like
negative.
Click it and fold when he
Holy
jams
hell.
on you. Yeah.
I like
I
calling.
mean,
I
that's
like
fair.
calling a lot because we like. I mean, it's still very good odds for ourselves. So there's no point to be scared or anything. Like we have so many good turns and stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's just weird to see. Like my first question is like, okay, what is he doing this with? Like, yeah, it's interesting.
I don't think
It's
it's
also
that.
interesting mentally. I have you guys don't know. I have a stable of guys that I coach called Team Toe. And one night we were doing our group study session, and I don't know, there was 10, 15 guys in there, something like that. And we did a little poll where we were facing the 10% bet. And I took a poll, I was like, how many of you guys raised this just because F this guy, like, you can't disrespect me with this little 10% bet? And it was like 60% of the team was like raising this just because fuck you, right? And so that's
I
definitely
do
not
that small
that's
bit.
definitely
with
not
my
the
box,
answer.
actually.
definitely not the answer. I don't get the call though. I mean, we just have
Yeah.
too much
There's,
equity for
like,
10%.
I don't know how GTO this is, but sometimes when I see these occasions when you certainly know that some guy has a tendency to lead with his second pair, I don't care what I have. I will just re-raise him and he's gonna fold.
Yeah, this
And
is usually
sometimes
either something like second pair, or a lot of times it's top pair shit kicker, right? Like that's what this is a lot. Ace 4. Right.
it's like
And it-
these guys who lead and they're not gonna hold on. It's very good to just put it in their face
Sure.
again, and they're like, okay, what I'm gonna do now? Okay,
I
I
don't know
guess
if
I'm
this
beat.
is the
I'm gonna
board for
fold.
it, but in general, yeah.
Oh yeah.
You can
This
understand.
board is very. It should be
Yeah,
very
I
good
think
for
it's-
us, but
it's a good call. How could we not call?
It's just a math problem. We're getting 10 to 1 or whatever you have to
Yeah,
call.
yeah,
He
exactly,
did it
exactly.
again.
And it's
Double
the same.
10%.
Well, this
Yeah,
is like
sure.
micro
What life
stick
is
I play.
this?
People do
Bleeding
this.
you out.
I mean, in real life, I'm just folding. I don't know what the song is going to say.
Yeah, we didn't pick it up much
Here.
equity.
What do we
Right.
beat?
I'm still calling here.
I mean,
We're
this
getting
is
such
still
a
the
we're
bottom of our
doing-
calling range pre-flop, and we've been double barreled even though it was small. It's
True.
not even middle pair. I would be willing to let this go even to this shit ass bet.
yeah,
Oh.
but you have to only be right like
You're-
10% or something here.
Yeah, you're
Yeah, we're on
hitting
top.
Yeah,
you're hitting
but
that
like-
10 like
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what you
Time.
have. You had just have
Please
to
God
be like
have
10.
a flush draw. Please God have a flush draw.
It's got pocket 5s here and you're just gonna hate your life.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
If this
Exactly.
guy has pocket 5s
Yeah.
here, he deserves his pot. He's a fucking savage.
Right.
I'm
yeah.
never folding this. This is just
yeah.
that
Especially if he's just
crazy.
gonna
I don't know
10%
if
us
we
again
care
on the
for this
river.
price.
Just a math problem. Yeah, you just
Yeah,
gotta
you gotta
call.
call.
90% call.
It's just math.
In real life, fold. Oh,
I call.
the
I-
fuck is this?
Yeah,
It's so funny that the solver did this.
That's so weird.
It all depends on what
Calling,
limit
he
you're
flips
playing at. The
over.
problem, I think, honestly,
I
I
mean,
Stacey,
mean, now
like,
we're losing.
you're not
He's
gonna
like
probably.
see
value
this very
betting-
much at the
He's
high
like
level.
value betting a jack there.
Or
Right?
queen, yeah.
Exactly. Well, no, we split with jacks, right?
So you gotta win 10% of the
most
time
guys.
here. So do you win this pot 1 out of 10 times when he makes this bet?
In
on
the
river?
real world, you don't win this pot. There's no way.
In the real
Yeah.
world. In
Come on.
GTO land, you might.
You might win this pot here. I'm
Is
not
this
arguing you
ever,
don't win this
the other way to
pot.
put this, is this a bluff 10% of the time?
Is it?
No,
No, not even 10% of the
GM
time.
and just say fuck.
it's
In real
never a
life,
bluff.
I would say
You-
no. I think we have
no-
probably have to call for this.
No
one.
one's making 10% bets to bluff.
Ooh, it likes the fold. Let's
Dude, I
go.
definitely make
Thank
10%
God.
plus.
Thank
10%
God.
bet bluff,
Jack
'cause it
9
works.
folds. Our worst Jack folds, but it's the only one. Wow. Tricky.
That's kind of dumb. We called the flop, we called the turn, but we fold the river.
Yeah, because he tripled,
little
right?
bit.
Like when he triples his range, look what his tripling range is.
Look at ours though. We do jam 4s and 5s here if we get here like that. That's sick.
So
I
what
mean,
did he
his-
have? I didn't saw. So what did he have?
We didn't get there.
I didn't see.
You,
So he's quartering all his second pairs,
you got
third
flush, Jack.
pairs. So it's queens and jacks. Yeah, he's got like king, queen here or something. Queen six, yeah.
Value town.
Wow.
You got value town.
He just bled you out for 3 streets.
I thought
This
it was
is-
a turn. But
This
a
is
call.
crazy.
Yeah, we
That's
got a
very
weird one.
funny.
We got a super weird one.
So
No,
what was
weird.
it? Like 30 deep?
Yeah,
35.
to start.
You know
Oh
what
my.
he did? He asked himself the question, what's calling that I beat and what bet size can I do? And he's like, one
No,
big
the ace on the
blind.
river, the ace on the
Big
river is
blind.
great for him, right? Because with the ace on the
Mhm.
river, we lose a lot of our top pair.
Oh, yeah. Easy life. We're not gonna hold, don't worry. Just close the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
We,
told
we don't
equity.
win those flips.
Oh, this one was a fold, right? Yeah.
Close, maybe. Yeah, it's gotta be a fold, yeah,
yeah.
hijack.
Like 10-9 suited, maybe.
Yeah.
That's one of those weird ones.
Full region.
King 7 was way down at the bottom.
Ooh.
Yee.
Easy
What do you
call.
think about
Easy.
this one, Aaron?
Easy call. Gotta call the suited
No
nines.
sweat. Bob, what are you doing?
It depends on what mood I'm in, but I think technically you're supposed to call, but I fold sometimes. If I think they're not, if I make it and they're never gonna make another bet, isn't it exploitive just to fold? I mean, if I think they're really tight or,
Sure.
Yeah, I think this one we can fold for sure. I think.
This is bottom if it is here, Bob.
Yeah, it's
and-
it's either the very bottom or it's fold. So like basically in
Probably
terms of EV,
frequency,
it doesn't matter
yeah.
much anyway.
I thought the
Like
suited
even if you're
nines-
even if you're wrong, it doesn't matter in terms of EV
I
much.
think the suited nines call.
So do you think
And the
population
big
plus
blind's more
less?
polarized.
Oh
than
shit, it
fold.
is, and it's from the big blind. I take that back. I think it gets the big blind I fold. Because the big blind's gonna have a lot less 3 bets, right? Than the other spots of the table.
Yeah, it's
This
gonna
guy
be
can
pretty
just flick a
polar,
chip in
right?
really easy. It's really polar.
Especially to a fairly
conflicted.
early raise.
I mean, if it would be deeper, there would be more cases to call, but like we're not.
We are not.
This might be bottom.
But because he's more polar, wouldn't we be beating more things by calling? Like, are we ahead of his
I
polar?
mean, I
three-betting
wouldn't even
range?
say he's
Bluff
polar. I
range,
would say
yeah.
he's linear and it only does this with like
Yeah, that's
top
true.
of range.
That's true. That's true. That's very true.
I mean, it's big blind. He's gonna have 80% he's defending here too, though.
Yeah,
But
but
You
not
won't have like a
three-betting.
yeah,
king
but the
five or
3-bet, he's
something?
3-betting like what, 10-15%, something like that? Maybe 20?
Yeah, 2%.
This is just putting us into the spots that we don't need to be in.
Can I see his 3-betting range? Because I'm
Yeah.
curious
That would
now.
go
I thought it'd be
bottom. I
like
don't
king
know. I don't know
five
why I
and stuff
accepted
would be there for it.
We knew
Right.
this was bottom. Suited nines. It's always suited nines.
What's his,
But what's he
show his
three-betting?
flow.
Yeah.
Click on the
Sevens.
big blind line.
Yeah, look, just upper range.
Okay.
Okay.
So just strong linear, okay. Some offsuit aces, yeah.
What are we looking at? What's up, guys?
So like,
We're looking at 3-bet pots. I tried to do reports, but I blew it, so I winged it. And we're
I have, yeah.
we're just
I think-
running random 3-bet
So
spots
so
here and trying it out.
so I have a question here. Actually, when we watch this range, but like when we compare this, like, what is your opinion? What is population?
Sixes is the captain now.
Michael, sorry about that.
No, it's cool.
So I'll ask again that. So what is your opinion here? When we're watching the 3-bet range of the big blind here, what is actually population using here?
I mean, I think this is pretty standard. I think a lot of people, I mean, we saw this wasn't a wackadoodle range here. And this looks pretty
think-
good, right?
I
Like,
think in
top
many
of range
games,
mostly.
people. I think people don't find these offset combos here against
I
low jack.
think they don't find this as much, but look how it's small frequency, right? It's mixing.
Mhm.
So against population, I think this is a good mix against population. You're gonna have some aggressive players, some not so aggressive players, right? And it's gonna equal out to something I think quite similar to this. Is what I would say.
So I myself,
And we
when
kind
I'm
of said that too, like before, like when it comes from the big blind, that guy can just flick a chip in, right? So he's generally not going to be three betting, this stuff out here.
the thing is, like when I watch this, I kind of have it all in against bottom and cutoff,
Okay.
but I haven't seen that it uses like king 9 offset against the low jack. It's first time I'm even realizing.
Well, you probably don't see it a lot because I mean the people fold. I use offsuit kings. I probably mix a little bit more. I'm looking at this range. I'm a little bit too loose. Of course.
This is
I'm
crazy.
mixing-
When
no. I mean, I'm three betting king 8, king 7 sometimes. Which is
yeah.
probably a little bad versus cutoff and late position opens. I just don't know. I know we're supposed to be mixing some offsuit kings. So I think it's good. And if I'm doing it, I know other good players are mixing these combos as well. Like,
And also to point out, it is like a quarter frequency in the offsuits, but a quarter frequency in the offsuits almost as much as all of the ace king suited
it's
too,
more,
so
right?
this is
Like,
low
yeah,
jack. Now move the opening range to the cutoff end. We're gonna even mix even more.
I mean, against the
offsuit kings and stuff
button,
like that.
there is like many like this
Right.
king 4 off and stuff.
Yeah, so you expanded. I didn't know we were in a low jack, but yeah.
The later it gets, the
Um,
wider you can three bet. Yeah, I mean,
But
it
you know what's
expands
interesting here?
exponentially.
What's interesting here is the queen 9 suited and the jack 8 suited. This is very good because it's the 9s and 8s, like the low jack just doesn't have them so much. So it really makes sense in the suited portion to have this queen 9 suited and jack 8 suited. Probably really good hands to use
Yep.
these.
It's the bottom of their opening range.
Yep. And you get just fold out offsuit 10s.
Yeah,
nines
exactly.
and stuff like. Cool. Toe, did you want me? I can get back in here and run it. I had
Let's stop sharing.
kind of a mental agenda for this session and some
I know he was
things that I
spitting
wanted
out
to do.
curriculum at me. I'm like, dude, I don't even know how to get to reports on GTO.
I was like, I got to take my kids.
I tried. I asked for help, and then we just winged it, man. We did what we do best.
Yeah. All right, cool. So you guys did a little GTO wizard. You kind of looked at some ranges.
Totally.
What I want to do, I think, to start this, and first thing we should do is warm up pre-flop academy ranges. We're going to look at those ranges in depth. I'm going to quiz you guys. We're going to get into that. Then I think it's important as well, since so many of you guys are crushers and you guys are great and we get deep in these tournaments, our ranges certainly tend to expand and contract in certain situations when we're deeper. And when we get into spots where we want a 3-bet, what's our 3-bet range look like? 10% of the field with 25 bigs in spots.
Wow,
I know
this is
we've
very
looked at it
good.
before. So we need to be thinking of our range is going to change when we're 10% of the field left. When there's 25% of the field left, your 3-bet range is going to look different than when it's a chip EV situation. So we're going to really look at our 3-bet ranges and make sure we're using the appropriate combos. Because I can tell you what now, like, I don't think you guys are, the range is completely fucking
We are
different.
very
need to be
off.
using-
We are very off.
yeah, it's like
very
we need
off.
to be using suited aces and suited kings more. We're flatting pocket 10s and pocket 9s in spots you would normally be jamming in late position. So we're going to look at 20 to 40 big blind stacks, because that's the most applicable for our games when we get deep in tournaments, or when we start fighting for our lives. So we're going to do that, and I think it'll be good. And then we'll get into some post-flop spots. I dropped my kids off and I have 2 hours and 15 minutes. So
Toe
to get it in.
just taught us how to be a maniac, and you're gonna all rip it down. No, don't be.
no, I mean, we should be, because we can also, I mean, the purpose
I'm
of
joking.
this,
I'm joking.
yeah, the purpose of this is also we could see theoretically what we need to do, and then we can have that discussion on what population does, and it's up to you to make the adjustment. But I'm here to train you guys the right way and look at all the correct concepts we should be using and things you should be considering, and then we got to make those adjustments. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into Pre-Flop Academy, and then we're gonna look at a few ranges in some of these situations. Chip EV will fly through some of those, and then we'll start We'll drill that, maybe run 30 hands, 40 hands of chip EV, 3-bet spots. Then we'll get into 50% of the field, 25, 10% 3-bet spots. So we go to tournaments. I mean, this is a drill that's really helped me a lot lately, or just looking at these kind of differences and finding a lot more 3-bets to make a lot of sense. So let's look at 40 big blinds versus RFI. I'm assuming a lot of us want to have a more structured late position 3-bet game relative to EP. So we can just look versus RFI, and we're going to be just starting out kind of basic in the BB, and then we'll just work our way back from the button and then kind of see where our ranges stand. So this is where I'm at a lot. I mix in, I think this range is underutilized as a 3-bet. This King 7, King 6, King 5, King 4, Ace 5 is nearly half the time. I don't think that's really going to be done a lot. Queen Deuce and Queen 3, I miss that every time in my life. I don't know if I've ever 3-bet these, but nah, see, I need to. And you can get freaky and just jam Ace Deuce off in King 7 sometimes. Jamming deuces to 8s to make your life easy. To button opens. I want to put ourselves in a small blind versus this open, because I think this range can be very misplayed as well. And some of this stuff feels unnatural. For instance, full frequency playing this Ace 8 in the small blind to a button open, mostly 3-betting it. And to make your life easy, if you want a full frequency Ace 7 and not so much and cut out Ace 5 or something like that, that's fine. Always playing our suited 8s and 9s, and then mixing these a little bit, which I'm sure never get done. So yeah, this range here is very important from the small blind to the late position stuff as well. So we'll make sure to look at the our small blind play, because when we get deep in tournaments, I think it's very fucking important to not be missing spots, calls, or jams from there.
I think it's very important concept that you bring up, because like nowadays everyone knows charts, but many of the people don't really think about what they really mean. So people just very like follow the ideas, but they don't understand what they're doing, and that's one of the part that you're actually like talking right now.
Yep. I mean, yeah, everybody just kind of keeps a consistent range, their chip EV range, and use it to hold in tournament, you know, and hope for the best. And they don't even know what kind of adjustments are, how we should expand or contract our range. I'll be quick here because I know we win a drill.
Basically, they don't understand that in tournament, the chip EV diminishes all the time. Like it's going smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller.
And then, yeah, it changes. And as we get deeper in tournaments, those different inflection points kind of dictate how we should be playing our range.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. So here's 40. We'll go cut off. And I'm just going to quickly go through this. I don't want to get too boring with this. Obviously, as the positions get earlier, our range is going to constrict and become tighter and fairly strong linear. Here's hijack, was just mixing, no more of this shit.
Valuable are the jams at 40 bigs there? Because I'm thinking more and more that I don't like them as much, actually.
I love them. I love them.
Huh,
I do it. I do it all the time. I mean, if I know it's a jam, I do. I know jam, I do jam. I'm not going to think I'm smarter than a solver or.
Well, I don't know. I always feel like I could find a better spot than having a nit.
You won't.
You
won't
though. That's the problem. Like, do you realize how many hands how much dog shit you get dealt? People assume these spots are going to come back, and yeah, you might run good and they come back, but sometimes I just run bad and I'm not going to get dealt another playable hand for 2 orbits, and then I wish I would have taken that spot. You know?
Fair enough, but jamming Queen 10 suited,
it's awesome.
From the small blind for 40 and getting called always feels bad.
I love it. And then what happens is you get called by jacks and then you hit a queen. You get called by ace king,
and then they prevent you in chat.
And yeah, I'm just saying, like, you need these.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, people overfold as well. You might get somebody to fold some shit they should never fold.
You shouldn't think about the individual decisions. You have to think about if the EV is positive of this decision, you can never be wrong.
That's the way I see it. That's why it's like, oh.
Well, if he's
18,
opening tighter though, then he can call more often, and then it could
No,
become.
if he's opening tighter, he's making you even more money because he's not making the correct calls. His range that he calls off is tighter, but he's losing more because he's not.
No,
calling off.
if his starting range is tighter, then he can call a larger portion of that opening range.
30.
Like if a guy's attempt to steal is too low and he's opening from the button, he might not be opening everything the button should open.
Yeah, I don't want to get too sidetracked, but yes, you can slightly condense, but then I would still just try to not
Have
It's
faith
still
and
overthinking
just jam
it.
the nines.
But
Calls
that's
even.
that's poker, right? We have a read on our opponent that he's they're a nit or something.
And these
like
jams
that,
are great,
you know,
too,
those just, you know.
These are hands that flop well, have good blockers, and are ahead a lot of the time. Like, these are great jams. And
So yeah, I mean, people.
I
are
guess they
opening
don't flop
48%.
well. I said they flop well. They don't flop
Yeah.
well.
So you're like talking about a
Kicking call
situation
buttons.
where the button RFI range might be 40% of hand. People are going to play tight, but man, they're still like.
Well,
too
if they're
good.
opening tight, they're probably going to call tighter anyway. So it's going to be
Sure.
a smaller portion,
Yeah.
small portion of the range anyway.
Yeah, they're gonna overfold. Fucking some hands they might need to call if they're already in it. I don't know. I'm just taking the spot. And
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Just do it. Just do it.
Yeah, like I mean, you're willfully playing bad if you're like passing stuff up, and you're not improving. You're sitting here studying these spots,
Fair.
not taking
30,
them.
30 feels great. 40 always just feels like
40 is home
so
sweet
much to
home.
be putting in.
Easy jam.
40, I'm jamming 5s on the big blind against
Snap.
players opening late position, man. Dude,
Snap.
you're just that's
Hit
you're really
25.
overthinking. Like you can't miss these
PTSD.
spots against late position. That's crazy. Don't
Well,
do
I
it.
mean, one thing as well, I think happens is some of us get different amounts of volume in, and it feels like so much, and it hurts so bad for us to play.
Yeah,
these
that's true.
two-
That's true.
two
That's true. That's
tournaments.
very true.
And
Yeah,
we,
that's very
we
true.
get attached to the tournament. We go play live.
Well-
That's why I have no attachment to live, because if somebody opens live on the button, I'm just ripping and then I'm leaving. Like, no, I'm leaving. It's not like I have no attachment to it, because it's just like I'm not gonna pass play up. It's gonna feel too aggressive sometimes.
It's one of
And
those
then
things
other
like you
times
actually
I'm just
bring up
gonna
a really
rate and
good
get-
point that I didn't think about players who don't get to put a lot of volume in, right? Not the guys who play 40
the
events.
attachment to
They
this
like
stuff,
guys, and now they're
man.
like, well,
Like,
fuck,
love
am I
it.
going to take this risk and give up my Saturday now? And then
Got
what
it.
am I going to do? Take the
Dude.
fucking risk, play the tournament well,
Got it.
try and win the most money. And if it doesn't work out, go mow the lawn. We'll be all right.
Yeah, tell these some people get off work in the evening, come home, want to play 2 tournaments. They sit down late reg with 60 bigs. They play 15 minutes. They're down to 40 bigs. Somebody opens the button. They got pocket fours, and they don't want their night to be over.
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
I
never
know.
really thought
I mean,
about
I'm
that,
just
but
saying, like, yeah.
what I'm saying is pick up a second hobby so that you can make these good jams. And if it's over early, you'll have
Buy a
something else
video
to
game
do.
or something.
Right.
Buy
Right.
a video game to play after.
Come to the Till
Cool.
Arcade, whatever it is.
Yeah. But yeah, let's try to kind of
I
stay
play with
focused
really
here,
bad
you know.
players too, though. So
That
they'll
makes these
just
jams even
fold.
better.
Well, if they're just gonna fold to a 3-bet and every time they re-raise you, it's only nuts. Then you're just getting the information cheaper and getting away from it when the nit has it.
Or you're gonna
Against
be
a good
3-betting
player
hands. No,
that
'cause
has
you're gonna
3-bet
3-bet some of these hands. Wait a minute. Some
You're
of these
exactly
hands,
wrong.
you're gonna be fucking playing some of this shit out of position in the 3-bet pot, and then in hands that clearly need to jam.
Yeah, then
You
have to
don't
see that
want-
get
Yeah,
floated
What do you
in
want
there
a
with
3-bet small with ace-4 with 25 bigs? Ain't no way. I'm just ripping
well, you
on
can do it with
everybody.
ace-3.
No, I mean,
You
know what I'm
okay,
saying.
no,
Don't-
no,
don't
I
do
know,
these.
I know. I'll hold faith with
you
the
3-bet
jams.
small
I've been
out of
doing
position to
them.
these guys. they
I've just been
call.
thinking about getting away from the deeper stack jams around 40 just because it always sucks when I feel like I could have got value out of these fish
Nope. You
by
know what doesn't
3-betting
suck?
C-betting.
That's why you don't have 120 bigs in some of the tournaments because of
Yeah.
your Lachies jams.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
basically it.
yeah, sometimes you just cooler them. You jam 8s, they call 7s. You
Mhm.
jam
True
6s,
enough.
they call 5s. You jam 7s.
Yeah,
they
oh,
call
I
8s
never
back
have a
and win the
prob-
flip. You know, like it's and if you're not, buy. You know, you didn't bubble. It's fine. Yeah, but I mean, it's cool to have these conversations to correct some of these thought processes because I think it's a common, it's common. If you're thinking like this, Aaron, like somebody else is feeling like that as well. Somebody else is using this.
Like
stuff like
80%
this.
of people think that exactly like we just said.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people feel like that. Like they don't want to, it's unnecessary or, something like that to jam this much, but it's actually standard.
Then you're in the late stage of the tournament and you have 12 big blinds and you're thinking that why I have 12 big blinds every time I get here? Why
No.
can't I just win the tournament? And that's why.
No, people are just having bad beat stories at that point, when something bad happens. But yeah, let's get into it. I feel like we keep getting
Let's stop
sidetracked. So
roasting. Let's stop roasting.
we're not roasting, we're just trying to help. But yeah, let's kind of just stay focused. 3-betting 25. You can see we're using king 6, king 7. A lot of the ace X, I probably go a little bit off overboard. But ace deuce, 4, 5. These ones not so much. Here at the ace 8, 6, 7, and 8. As jams, they don't play as well. And then our suited aces here, sometimes in games, it's easy to get confused. If you want to use ace 9, it feels like a great jam from a button open. But we just want to still have that as a call. Go to 20 real quick. And then we're just going to drill, and I'm calling you guys, we'll do it that way. I think it's fun. Oh, 20 big blinds, that's versus, wait a minute, versus RFI, BB, button. Why is it doing this? Oh, this is
Something's
just a
messed
calling
up.
range. Yeah, oh, here it is. This is if versus the RFI from the button at 20. So this is if the button jams 20 big blinds, you call ace 6, O plus, ace 4 suited, and then 3s plus. But given that you're going to probably see a lot of open raises and chip EV at 20 effective, especially if you're 20 effective and the button is deeper, this is going to be your all-in range. You notice here we're jamming ace deuce off plus, still not jamming many of the suited aces, ace deuce through ace 9, which feels kind of crazy sometimes, feels like an easy ass jam. Deuces through jacks, then you have king queen. Let's kind of see what it looks like here. Versus the cutoff, we're no longer jamming like the ace 9. It's ace 8, ace 4, ace 5. King queen's in there, full frequency. King queen suited and king jack, oh, calling. King jack suited, this stuff calling. Easy to find a jam there sometimes. But we want to call
Wait,
and
can
keep it
you
worse.
put it back?
Interesting.
Can you put it back to cut off? Yeah, thank you.
Yep, here it is. Yep. It's nice to, so yeah, noticing here, like calling, we keep in a lot worse king X, queen X combos. King jack, same here with these combos, they just play so well, and we don't really get called by worse in that range. So I guess it wants to flat a lot, which is kind of cool. Maybe it figures it's too good versus this range. All this worse stuff it keeps in, the worst king X.
I mean, it's very
the
good
worst jack
mixing.
X.
It's
Yeah,
very good mixing by the solver. Like he keeps strong calls in his range also, so you can't ever assume that his range is weak now when he's calling.
Yeah, it's really tough. I mean, it's really tough to have these in your range. It's really nice to keep this in your range here. Jamming ace 10 off plus, and ace 10 suited mixing. Go crazy with your pairs, guys. It's in a late position opens. We're gonna drill this and then quickly look at some of the other stuff. Maybe we can look at it all now and then see what happens. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, that'll be fun. Let's do it that way. All right, there's 20 from low jack. It's getting pretty tight now, but still look at this, deuces through queens. Tell you did something pretty good when we were playing at a table last night, and I really liked it, and I had to check it this morning. It was like a 17 big blind open plus 1. So let's just go 20 effective, and
What did I do?
then so this, you did this from the big blind, and the guy looked like he was playing pretty tight, and you just still found this 7s jam from the big blind to an EP open. Thought it was like, damn, just didn't even, it was like a great jam. I liked it.
Caught the bottom.
Yeah, you found the bottom of it, and
Actually,
you wanted to flip.
so
You wanted to
I
flip.
remember
See,
that.
that's the thing. Yeah. And then you wanted to flip, and I was like, oh, that's sick. Okay, nice. So, yep. Still finding this jam versus EP at 20. I think people get shook from the EP and feel like they just want to call some of these. You're still going from there. Yeah, and it was actually +1 as well. I don't know how you found it. There it is. Mixing these, and look how tight this is just from under the gun.
When
It's
you're
just
always
like-
jamming, you're bound to be right eventually.
right. We'll quickly look at 40, 20, 30. I'm gonna breeze through this so we can get straight to drilling. So, and then we're going to have 40, 50% of the field left. How much different does it look relative to the other? I mean, this is much different. We were jamming 8s and stuff like that before to the button open. We were mixing a little bit more jams. Now it's not even really jamming at all for 40 ever, with 50% of the field remaining. Oopsie. Ooh, I need to get better at this.
Can you go back and show that again?
Here it
That
is. Here's
40
button.
against
Yeah,
one
it's
second,
just
1
like
second. Yeah, it's wow, it's very different.
yeah, this range is significant. I mean, here, just we'll go back. Okay, here's 40 versus button at 50. This is 50% of the field remaining. Okay, and then let's go to Chippy V. This is why it's important to put in this kind of work as the inflection points, and I think this is where versus RFI. Yeah, like you're jamming deuces, 3s, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8s, ace jack, ace queen. You're more robust here with some of the offsuit, right? Yeah, king 7 in there. We're at 4% all in, like 17% total, and this is just 50% of the field, right?
That's 100 people left in a 200 man global tournament.
People ain't changed shit at this stage in the tournament. Ain't nobody adjusted their game at all for the most part at this point in the tournament.
I agree.
Nobody's adjusted.
Yeah, this is very, very.
Yeah, we're at 13% totals, 4% less. You're 3-betting like 4% less. So you're mixing in a little bit more of the bottom here. The offsuit 3s, deuces, 4s with the ace blocker. You see this as we get deeper in tournaments. This is a common ass theme. Ace 3 is kind of nutty. The deeper we go in a tournament, ace 3 off becomes a nuts.
It goes from ace 5 to ace 3.
Dude, I swear to God, wait till we'll see
believe
as
you.
we do more drills. Yeah. So ace 3 off, using pretty significant 3-bet there with 53%. These offsuit 3s. But now we get shallower. Let's go to cutoff. It's just gonna get tighter, like 9%, queen 6, queen 5, this random shit. Still mixing in some of the offsuit trash. Ace 3 still in there.
So basically, it
7%.
starts to like 3-betting many combinations, but it doesn't like jams so much anymore.
No jams. Just slide through this because you guys are gonna be doing it you're gonna be training at Chip EV. 50% and 25%. You're gonna have to distinguish which is which. So one common theme you will see as you get deeper in tournaments is this region here. These suited kings and suited aces, will aces start mixing in a lot more 3-betting, a ton more. Ace 3 still in there, a sliver. This is versus MP, low jack there. Suited king 4.
I see
People are
Jason
finding that.
Leva do this a lot.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's what people are missing deep in tournaments. I think it's something that's not worked on or discussed a lot. People adjusting their ranges appropriately, and everybody just kind of working on like the same type of spots. Nobody's adjusting their ranges enough pre-flop as you get deeper in tournaments. It's a massive league.
Agreed.
Massive.
I mean, I do a good
Yes,
job
it
at
is.
this, but not at 50% of the field left. I start to
No, God, no.
30 people,
Just-
40 people left.
Just imagine how good those guys at Lucky Chewy, Makita, those guys are at these kind of spots. Chidwick, they know their adjustments. I'll tell you that shit right now. Cool. Now let's get to a spot where life is going to start being a little bit harder. And we're going to be a little shallower. 30 bigs. Now you get to rip, but the structure of the range, jamming suited 9, some of these suited 8s. Now we get to get busy a little bit. We are raising 20%.
Wait, it's 50
30
friends. Is it 50 left? Or what?
Still 50% of the field. Just still 50% of the field here. At 30 bigs. 40 bigs is a little bit too much. But yeah. Ace 3 still mixing, ace deuce in there. If you remember the range before, I think we were a little bit more robust as well here. Go to cutoff.
Well, can you go back? Can you go back? Can you go back? Can you?
There it is. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We're
Wow.
still mixing some of these suited king X as well. Yeah, you get to apply a lot more pressure. And then our sizing here versus the min raise is going to be 3.5x. I think it's important to take note and know what our sizings should be in these spots or roundabout instead of just doing random shit. 3.5x. So now we like jamming 30 a little bit more, which makes a lot of sense. It's still only 50% of the field. If we're not gonna get too crazy. Cutoff goes to 14%, so we lose 6% of our total 3-bet range right away as we go a position over. No longer with the 5s and the 6s or the 3s, but if you don't know in the game and you wanted to defer to all in, you would be losing a ton of BB. All right. I'm just giving you guys because I'm gonna call on somebody here in like 5-10 minutes. You're gonna get quizzed. There's a low jack. Yeah, it's just pretty tight. 9%, but it's still mixing this kind of stuff. Some of these offsuit ace X. This is why it's important to play with the randomizer a little bit. Will this be on the quiz? Hell yeah, brother. You already know it will. And just for that smart ass comment, I'm calling on you first.
Uh-oh.
You want to raise your hand in my? You want to raise your hand in
You
my
fucked up,
class?
son.
That's what I get.
Yeah, at 30, we're just playing from MP and stuff like that. We are just tight. Look at 10s and not look at 9s. Ace queen suited and off in there. You're just, I mean, at 30 from MP and EP, you're just knitting mittens.
It's hard to get deep in tournaments.
It's hard as hell. People post and act like it's easy. Heroes position. BB likes go back to 20. You kind of get a little nasty at 20 versus a button opening range. We get to go. I mean, this is comfortable. Still just flatting hands like this, though. Your suited kings, some of your suited queens with reasonable playability. King jack, king queens in there, but yeeting it in with these offsuit ace X. Cut off how tight we getting. Ace 3 still in there a little bit. My 2.75x is your 3-bet size. It looks so scary when somebody uses this size out of position. You just want to make sure you can do it with aces and kings. All right. King 8 kings.
A lot of this is a function of the solver thinking you have a lot of more fold equity than normal at this stage of the tournament. So you don't have to bet as big, right? Because the fact that we're 50 deep will have enough fold equity in itself, I guess. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that, and you're going to want to not just jam all in with aces and kings because you're going to want to induce them actually. Yeah. And using this bet size, you're still going to be able to do this with some blockers, right? That's why it's mixing this stuff. And it's really tough on the opponent. You still may get folds, but you also will take it down a lot with the small 3-bet, a C-bet post flop a lot. Just jamming everything else. But yeah, I mean, it's doing this at 20, just a little bit with these, just so you can have some balance. It's kind of nasty. And then we get to the earlier positions. We're going to fly through this, and then we'll go straight to the quiz for chip EV and then 50, and then we're going to go 25 and then 10. And then that'll be the two quizzes. Those will be fun. Hijack. Now we started getting in there with our suited nines, super aces. Here's a low jack, suited tens. I hope you guys have photographic memories. Because I mean, this is. Wait a minute.
I've
Low
always
jack.
wondered how
Mhm.
Stu Unger was think in his mind, like how would it be to feel that
I mean, these guys must have
to
had
remember
incredible.
to remember every hand in, like, you have 40 hands played in a tournament and you remember every single one of them. That's just crazy.
Well, yeah, these guys are single tabling with no solvers or anything. So his recall from action in prior experience must have been godly.
Yeah,
For remembering details of how people played hands in situations. I can't even imagine.
yeah.
Cool.
I'm like
We've-
two hands have gone and I don't remember anymore.
Yeah, right.
I think I'd
Alright.
do side tangent. Like I look at so many hands a week. Like sixes, we look at hundreds and hundreds of hands a week from
Yes.
hundreds of people. And then some people have such recall. They're like, "Oh, you remember that spot in this spot 2 weeks ago where this, that, and that happened?" I'm like, "Nah, man. There's been 10,000 hands since then. I have no idea."
I ran some hands yesterday from the WPT 10K final table.
Uh-huh.
I know a guy that was actually at it, and there's a really cool spot where the big stack folded. He had a huge lead, that Elliott dude,
Mhm.
and there was like a middling stack and a shortest stack. So the middling stack was small blind, short stack was big blind, like 10 bigs. Small blind limped. The short stack had a raise over limp, not all in, raise fold range.
Mm.
It's pretty savage. You just target the small blind
Yeah.
really polar there. So you just target all their folds with your
Yeah,
junk.
I mean, it reminds you, like one time I saw Sean Winders in a Poker Go tournament, triple barrel bluff on like 10 bigs. And I was like, that's the first time I've ever seen a triple barrel bluff on 10 bigs. And then he had to fold river. That actually made perfect sense. I had never seen something like it. Blew my mind.
Yeah. I suppose that the short stack gets to raise fold there because he's not really that, he doesn't have that much pressure because he was considerably like the next shortest stack still had him covered by over 2-1. So I guess he's not risking that much by taking that line.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, sis.
Oh, it's all good. I'm waiting for this.
One quick question while we're waiting for this. Is this the
training is
last
busy.
one of the year? What's the holiday schedule like? Thursday the 29th, that looks like free, and I guess not. It's
Yeah,
the
but I
Tuesday,
mean-
it's the Tuesday one that might suffer. Right?
What's this Tuesday?
Tuesday the 27th and then the 3rd.
Oh yeah, my Tuesday. We'll see, dude. I don't know what's going on here.
Pre-flop
So-
Academy had a couple free ICM classes this week. I popped in one of them. Pretty
did?
good. Pre-flop Academy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of their guys, I forget his name, or European or Russian or something.
Since then, I have a friend who's really good at like joining all the GTO wizard webbies
I'm gonna
and
try to.
has a good relationship with those guys, like a personal relationship with those guys. And
Yeah.
God, it's so hard to find the time.
It was free in this
Time
time.
poor, bro. I'm time poor.
Yeah, it's not about the money, it's about the time. It's so hard to find the time. you know? I'm sad, like Affleck's webinars are at 4 o'clock on Wednesdays. Like I'm 10, 12 tabling by 4 o'clock on Wednesdays. So I miss
What is
every one.
going on? Is this shit busted today and I won't be able to hit the trainer? Like, I give it fewer sizes.
Did you refresh and all that? Easy
Yeah, I was
stuff?
gonna say maybe reload it.
Come on.
Sometimes you can just completely close the browser and reopen it, maybe.
Yeah, that might work too.
I'm gonna try it on the side.
Get the cookies to dump. Or the cash rather.
Here we go.
Hmm.
Try this first. Dude, this shit is busted? What? Okay. Wait, maybe we work. It looks like it's just slow as hell. I don't even have anything open.
Looks like it's trying to construct. It might take a while.
Yeah. What if I just do? What if we do this? Just give it very few options, right? And then see if it just works like this. And then we'll try it like this. Come on. And then just give it this and see what happens. All right, now I have to be greedy. Let me see if that's the issue. Huh? Hey, this is good enough. We'll do these sizes. Is that good?
Yeah.
All right, Larry.
Oh, he wasn't kidding, Larry. He went right to you.
Snap
Oh,
called
man.
his ass, Seabass. Snap his ass, Seabass.
Thank God it's griefing. Save me from embarrassment.
All right, sir. 30 players, 100 players left, 50% of the field remaining. Let's try to make our decisions within 30 seconds like you would have to do in game.
Uh-oh.
All right. So I think this is a call with some risk premium. I think it's a call.
This one's just call.
Are we jamming 10x? Yeah.
Just
I'm
jamming.
sorry,
You remember
is-
we're much tighter with 30 and 40 big blinds at cutoff, especially cutoff opening range. We're not jamming a ton here.
This is all 50% of the field, right?
This is not all. It'll say now it's Chippy V. It'll say in the middle table. So you need to be your court
Oh, the
aware.
middle
this
table.
needs to be
Got
good.
it. Got
Yep. All right. What would you do here versus with ace three?
This is a tough one. At 30, I think it's a raise. I don't think we get to jam at 30.
What
Fine versus
percentages? Is it pure raise? I mean, we're big boys now. We have to like know if we're mixing and how much and just guess.
Yeah, I think this is pure raise.
Pure raise.
I would call.
All in or just raise?
Raise. I don't think we get to jam at 30.
I would just fucking jam this way too
Mixes.
much. Or just call it. I mean, you in this kind of spot, if you're unsure in gaming, you don't want to grief it, you're gonna be pretty safe calling. You know, the EV, even with ace deuce, if you don't know and you're not comfortable jamming, and you're unsure like you are, don't grief it and just call. And that's how nits get deep in tournaments. Okay, because they don't nits get deep in tournaments because they don't make marginal mistakes and marginal raises, right? They knit it up, they knit some mittens, call, check, fold, and don't lose stacks.
Rat me out, sixes. Rat me out.
Point
Hey,
taken, yeah.
Finding
I
new
I
ways to
mean,
call
I'm
me
just
Nick.
saying. Hey, I mean, I'm just saying you can get deep knitting it up if you're unsure, especially in some of these marginal ass spots. But I mean, I called myself a puncher because I would probably rip here too much. So
I mean, neither are surprising, right? Me being a knitter, you being a punter.
yeah,
Both
pretty
seem to
much.
be on par.
Mhm.
So this is 50% of the field, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think this is a pure call.
Pure call, very good. Just looking at
I'm
these
not
ranges
finding
after
that
the fact as well. Look at our raise size versus the min. It looks so tough. But yeah, just jamming pretty strong linear. You're getting into some suited tens in there, queen jack, ace five, the usual suspects.
Oh, can you go back?
Nope. I actually
Aw,
can't. Actually can't. I actually can't go back.
Like for reals, can't go back.
Yeah. All right, Larry, how about now? How about
This
this?
is 40, 50%. Well, this is cuspy. But I think we call.
Cuspy between what?
This might start to fall into our folding range at 50%.
You
But
ain't
I
never
think it-
folding a king.
At 50%, maybe not. Maybe you're right.
Probably raising.
I
like,
mean, yeah, we're raising like I would say 35% here. So
I'm gonna say king six, king seven. That's probably calls.
now the lower ones, I think, find more raises than the 6 and 7 at this point. It feels like, and chip EV, those ones 3-bet a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, you can never be wrong calling. But yeah, what did I say? 35%.
Yeah.
Be out here playing poker. Yeah. Yeah, this is why I would have a randomizer up and then just do it if it was 0 to 35. I'm sorry, I could have kept it there, my bad. 20 bigs.
Pure jam.
Pure jam, he says. Anybody non-all in 3-betting? Or is it pure jam for everybody? Mr. Romano.
I'm jamming.
No, I'm jamming.
Jamming. Non-all in 3-bet's good too. I've been trying to do this stuff, like get comfortable being uncomfortable with some of the like
I'm
this kind
funny.
of
Like
stuff.
I always hit
Try
this with
it.
aces and kings, and never. I'm like queens. I'm like, man,
I don't want to fuck
you
around.
know, like,
Yeah,
You
I
got some
found it with aces and
PTSD
kings
in
for
there. You
numbers.
start thinking about some like, goddamn well king slot.
What you gotta get comfortable with is this ace 8 off, 8 7 off, king
Yes.
jack suited. That's what you
Yeah.
gotta get comfortable with. Like the queens is like, you can try. You still got a great hand. You're gonna go broke or win a big pot. So
All right, Larry, you still have 5 more hands, my friend. Then we're gonna call on somebody else.
This is a very uncomfortable call.
A very uncomfortable call. What's the bottom of your calling range? For your ace X here in Chippy V. Which ace X? What do you think
Ace
the offsuit ace X? What's the worst offsuit ace X you're gonna call here?
So offsuit, I think it's around ace 4.
Ace 4, he says. I think it's ace 6. Ace 5, ace 6, yeah. But this is a snap, suited 10 snapping in this spot. King 10, meh. King 10 is 0 EV. King, you start printing at the jack. Queen, jack O is like meh as well as jack 10 O. But yeah.
Let me ask you guys a quick question.
Yes, sir.
Are you shaving that range at all against population?
How lazy do I feel like playing? Or how much gamble do I have in my bones at that moment? If I know it's the bottom and I know it's a call, but it's bottom, I still make the call too often. To be honest with you, I think it could be folds a lot. If it's chip EV, some big ass field tournament where I need to just gamble to get a stack. I mean, for me, it depends on the tournament a lot, man. I'm trying to make decisions based on where we're at in the tournament, what tournament it is, how my night's going. If I know it's the bottom, personally, and that's probably not always the best, but other people could do it the other way. I mean, if you want to always shave off the bottom, you may be making a mistake, but there's times where it's applicable.
Yeah. I just think population isn't jamming as well either as GTO. I mean, off base.
Yep. How about now? What are we doing
I
here?
really want to see a flop here. And I think so does Solver.
Yep. Start knowing your slivers. Find your slivers.
Find your inner sliver.
Find your inner slivers. You're never folding. I'm not letting you even talk about anything else. It's just a snap call. Queen 10 versus, and you better not jam it again. Why do they give us the same spot twice?
It wants to test us.
Yeah.
Make
Were
sure
you paying attention?
I mean, to be fair, we looked at a spot in GTO Wizard where I saw the bottom of the range. The very next hand was the bottom of the range, and I still folded for some reason. You can't look at this stuff.
Oh shit! Beware yellow snow. What's up, buddy? See you out there. Good to see you, man. 50% of the field remaining, Larry.
I think with the risk premium, this falls into your fold. I think I'd fold this Chippy V as well.
Oh, I think it's
What's the bottom?
call. I
What's
think
your
it's a
bottom there?
call.
My bottom at 50%.
Yeah.
Field.
I actually think
I didn't hear you.
Let me see versus button.
Yep.
Probably 6s.
That's fucking insanely too tight.
it might fold. It might fold.
You have to
exact-
like be 4s,
I
like
think it
maybe
folds
4,
twos and
3s.
threes.
It might fold exactly 2s if they're jamming ace 2 off.
Yeah, twos and threes, maybe folding, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, it's 4s plus. It's like you have to call 4s plus. Very good assumptions, guys. 4s, 2s and 3s out of there. Like it's maybe 6s become in there with like 10% of the field left or something like that. I think at 10% of the field left, it's like 5s and 6s. Like when we get there, we still got a lot of time today. It feels good, man. Getting better. Last hand before you have to pass the mic. You defending stuff like this? You're defending this? Is this your bottom?
Field. I think this is a call. It's cost me at risk premium.
What's the bottom of your offsuit calling range here? Like, I'm not asking for a specific hand. You know the way we do this exercise. What's the bottom of your offsuit? Are you calling offsuits 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s? Is this the bottom offsuit 8s?
I think at risk premium, it's going to be offsuit. I think it's offsuit 8s, maybe offsuit 9s now. Actually, you know what? I think at risk premium, now that we're thinking about it, I think this might be a cuspy fold.
Never folding.
I don't understand the reasoning at all.
Oh,
Yeah,
these,
I mean,
these ones easy
offsuit
because it's
6
always
folds.
like one gapper
And
and two
sevens.
gapper. So you just count back like 10, 9, 10, 8.
Yep.
Easy.
Yeah, I mean, I would think it was offsuit 8s, so I might be in here with Queen 8 myself. I would have had a lot of my offsuit 8s in there. We always know you get to be a pip or 2 wider with your offsuit kings
I
in these
think it's
kind of
actually-
spots.
I'm a bit surprised that it's actually a bit tighter than I thought.
Oh yeah, I mean, we have to know we're folding. Like I always just establish what the bottom of my range is going to be for defending as the tournament goes for my offsuit hands.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it makes
for
sure,
sure.
like, because no matter what, guys, it's easy to play the big blind because you know you got to defend every suited hand, right? When you're thinking of
Yeah.
a defense strategy. And then from there, early in the tournaments, okay, I know I'm folding a lot of my offsuit deuces and playing my king deuce, queen deuce, and jack deuce a lot. But then as you get deeper, okay, we're not playing offsuit deuces, 3s, 4s. Are we calling offsuit 7s? Probably not. Then, you know, as we get deeper, we expand up to probably like offsuit 10s and 9s. Like in the later
Mhm.
stages, you're not even calling like these offsuit 9s, 8s.
So my big question would be, and I don't think we can do this stuff, but as a percentage here at 50%, we're folding 42%. I wonder what Chippy V percentage fold is. I would imagine we're not going to be much wider.
No, I mean, yeah, we
4%
are
wider,
because we're
5% wider.
gonna be defending down to king 4 and king 5.
Yeah,
Then
Chippy
we're
V
gonna
is a
have
lot
this.
more this king combinations. There are a lot more.
Fair enough, James.
Hey. Oh, that's my dog. God, my dog jumped off the couch, scared me. All right, cool. Let's call someone else. Oh, who do we have? Who do I want to pick? Romano, get it out your system. I know you're thirsty. Oh, you need to
Yeah,
be
I
tested.
can do the night.
Okay.
Yeah. So Jack 7.
Yep. 30-second time bank, like the rest of them.
Yeah, probably a call.
Call versus cutoff. Any mixing of 3-bet
No.
in your offsuit jack region.
No.
Not using many of the offsuit jacks. I think
I think
Is it
I fold
a
jacks a
jack
lot
9
there.
like 15% and stuff like that, but this is like a call. Like
Yeah.
jack 7.
There are
15%.
some 3-bets against. I would probably 3-bets against the button more, but yeah, here.
Yep. You can mix these a little bit, like, and I think it's kind of nasty to have in your game. I mean, people like look at it, this see it's green, like, oh, I'm just gonna call always, right? But doing it occasionally, I think could be make you tougher to play against, especially versus regs. This should be unnecessary, like on Iggy versus the field. You just want to play well. But on global or something like that versus the same people, having this in your game will make you tough. Ooh, Jack 10 suited. What's up, Carter? How you doing, buddy? Welcome.
Yeah, we can jam this, I guess.
Jamming it. Anybody else jamming this? Cap, you jamming this? What would you do here?
Hold on, I wasn't looking. Let me.
I'm sorry.
Jack 10. Yeah, sure. Jam it.
I ain't got to ask Aaron. I know he's in there probably.
Oh yeah, Jack 10's my favorite hand to jam.
Yeah. All right, all in for everybody, and yep, very good. I'm probably full frequency in this. I don't even have this little whatever this 275 is. So when you get 275 and then they jam, you just calling it off with the Jack 10. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's probably probably call it or 3-bet, I guess.
What's your mix?
I probably like 3-betting more.
This is Chip EV. Okay. 3-betting more. A lot of people 3-betting.
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
okay, actually, then we maybe have it in more of the calling ranges. Actually, if it chip EV here.
Chip EV. Yeah, I was wondering that. Not well. I'm not going to give it away because
I have a thought.
I think maybe just calling to keep it a lot worse here. Probably not. I don't know if I'm ready. I think I'm just calling here. But let's see. We're
No,
raising.
hold on.
Oh, wait a
I
minute.
think
I'm
I think
sorry.
we. I was gonna say I think we raise versus late position for value, and we call versus early position.
It's King Jack. Raise versus call versus this stuff and raise versus.
Yeah.
So as it, you're right, Cap. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, buddy. Yep, you're right. Keep getting the King Jack and King Queen in this calling range a little bit too much myself. I know one of these call a little bit more. I call this too much. Just
So the
becomes
great,
caller in late
the
position.
great thing is the button and cutoff will call worse kings still.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm funny. I go through stages. Like there was a time when I was like 3-betting all my offsuit and flatting all my suited, and then I was 3-betting all my suited and flatting all my offsuit. Now I'm doing a lot of flatting with both. You know,
Yeah, so. Versus low jack with the ace and 8 friend.
It's probably call.
Mixing it all ever.
I personally don't.
Which
I guess it can. I wouldn't be surprised if it has the 3-bet here because the 8s. Low jack doesn't have 8 so much, so it's probably good to have it sometimes to 3-bet it. But I personally haven't, like in game. If I'm being honest, I haven't used these.
Yeah, I don't use this combo. I think it might be a very small frequency, like 10% or something like that. It feels like our ace, 6, 7, and 8 are going to be the ones in the middle versus low jack. We probably don't fuck with too much, but let's see if we are dead wrong.
Probably jam like 9s and 10, ace 9, ace 10, probably jam.
No, no ace 10 jam. See, this is good work for today. I saved you a stack.
I do the
Ace
same
jack O plus.
combos every week. I keep jamming these fucking.
All right, buddy.
aces.
Yeah, I mean, just that's why just being a nit probably pays sometimes, man. I need to tell myself that.
especially
I'd probably,
deeper in tournaments, nitty is the way to go, right? Like,
yeah, this is Chip EV though. This is like,
Sean, if
Fight
you
for
get
your life.
deep in the tournament, you have to call Aaron.
call Aaron. Yeah, his strategy.
Yeah,
might
and
get-
Oh, definitely.
he will guide you. He will guide you friendfully, nicely.
Phone a
You'll
friend.
win.
Just call me down to the river and you're good. Trust.
all right, what are you doing here, my friend? You jam, well, it's 40 effective versus 35.
Oh yeah, here we can I probably call here a lot in game, but I should jam here, I think.
So you want to jam here in the solver?
I'm-
You think that's
Yeah,
better?
yeah, why not? Why not?
I think his range is so polar, you don't get caught by worse, and this plays pretty well in position. So I think call, but all in.
I get all the
It is
folds.
50. Oh, well, it's 50.
I get all the
yeah,
folds.
it's-
You can't lose
I get all
with
the
this.
folds.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. You could do the same thing with five. I mean, whether you want to jam or not, it's nice to have this as an all in. I was mixing this a little bit more with sevens because I thought I would get call here more if I was just thinking about it intuitively, but I like this. This is good. I always feel like if I call here, I can't lose post flop with sixes in position. So, you know.
Yeah,
these
I
dudes-
think the thing is how I usually think about this pair spots is like if people have enough non-pair combos that they open with,
free.
we're almost always good. Like,
It's
and the
free.
more they have, these, the better we are.
Yep. Versus hijack. You sure got 4 more hands, Maya.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
no.
probably can only do 2 because my battery is running out, and I have to go home.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah,
Make
and
it
I
quick.
will return there. So here, I think we're probably calling.
Little bit. It's good to try to guess the sliver, and if it is ever So I'm always thinking, okay, maybe this has a small frequency. What is the frequency? And if I'm right, it helps me a little bit. And then I know in game, in spot, if I'm using a randomizer and I roll a 15, I can do it. Or 0 to 15. So yeah,
For
we're
one
gonna
more.
also one more. Here we go.
Yeah, probably this is slam dunk jam.
I would only jam this. I would snap jam this and GPP. Cool.
So I will go home
Okay.
and
All right.
see you there.
All right. See you in a few, buddy.
Yeah, in like 10 minutes or so.
Sounds good. Anybody want to take over, do another batch? We'll get to 30. We'll get to 30 hands. Then we're going to go strictly to 50% range for a batch or two of hands, and making sure we see all the differences there. Since we're looking at some chip EV, we study chip EV all the time. And then we're going to do 25% of field, 10% of field, and GTO wizard. So 20% 3-bet. Oh, that was from before. Let's see, who do we have? We got any new people? Oh, Doug Carter, if you want to get in here and train a few hands, I would love it. It would make me very happy. You're muted. You came off mute, so maybe your mic settings are GG. Still can't hear you.
Can
Are
go
you
in
inter-
chat too if your mic isn't working. We can.
Yeah, if your mic's not
leave it in
working
chat.
and you want to type it in, cool. You can do it like that. Call. We'll work on mic. Yeah, no problem. Just calling this. I'm not going to try to put him in the hot seat while he's working on his mic. But what I will do is ask Larry C. Are you just calling this? Do you have any 3-bet or anything versus MP with any of your suited kings?
Worst kings.
What's up?
Worst kings, like king 7 maybe.
Versus MP. I'm probably not using king 7 versus MP as much. Probably pure. We're just gonna call this one, yeah. Yeah, no 3-bets with this kind of stuff versus MP.
Suited
Hold your horses.
or suited.
Oh, okay, well, fair.
King 6. I was one off.
It's in there for 5%.
And King 7's doing it.
5%.
Yeah, you can roll a 0 to 5. People just like dismiss this stuff.
I mean,
man.
more likely you might say it's 20% for King 6 and King 7 and just be slightly wrong, but close enough.
Just imagine if you hit these, you would be so hard to play against. So nasty. All right, Doug. Call, fold, street bet. What are you doing here, my friend? Call and raise 20%. Hey, I like that. He's saying 3-bet 20% and call the rest. It might be let me see, Jack. Might be 18 to 30% somewhere in there. Or it's a fucking 0 and we're both dead wrong and would have griefed it on the 3-bet. Oh, we're not, it's not 50% of the field. That's when it comes in a lot more. All right.
Oh, all ends.
Here it is. We literally get it in the same next spot. Yeah, there were no all ins there. Just a pure call. Yeah, now it's in there that like 20%. Now that we're in the money, I told you these kind of hands get kind of nasty.
Poor guy.
Yeah, I knew we got. As soon as we got it the next time, I knew it was gonna like give us a small frequency.
So this is odd. You went on. It's okay.
Oh, that's cool.
There was one oddity in that range.
Ah, fuck, I missed it.
It was queen jack suited, jam some, but it was unprotected. Usually when you jam slivers of like random stuff, you usually got a pair somewhere in there jamming a little bit too. But I didn't see anything else but just the queen jack.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Weird. Not worth doing.
This is a call in chip EV. It feels really bad.
One
And
gapper, and two gappers.
the
all of them.
one gappers, all the two gappers. Is it a one or two gapper? Yep. Okay, I got a call. You don't fool a single one, two, not even too many threes. You know, but you're folding offsuit deuces, but at the same time, suited two gappers, suited three gappers. This is 50% of the field versus a cutoff open. Call any three betting at all. Pure call, he says. Kep?
I don't know. Chip EV, it's a pure call. Maybe it starts mixing in some raises with ICM. I don't really know.
Yeah, you remember there were no jams at 40 and our range was pretty damn condensed. I feel like it might be a pure call. I wonder if it's ever I don't think it raises this. We see no all-ins. Yeah, it does mix it a little bit and actually a lot. There's the ace three back in the house doing his thing with that good old 18%, ace deuce. And ace deuce suited and offsuit are better bluffing candidates. Ceases versus the hijack, the nuts. Don't screw this up, Carter. Or you get banned. Call since we can't go all in.
Well, it's
Cut
chip
off.
EV now.
Yeah.
But
So what are you saying, Aaron? You all in?
Come on. It's no limit holder. We
I
can
think
go all in
I
anytime we
think
want.
8s and 9s are actually jams versus the hijack, and it's 6s versus the button or cutoff. So I don't think it's a
Hey.
jam.
He
That
out here
is so
spitting.
funny to me, Kev. This
Yeah, I
is
agree.
Hold them, and we're in America. We can do whatever we want.
I can spew my money however I want. I can go all in. Oh,
Okay,
crazy.
you know what to do.
Wait a minute. I'm all in, he says. Little bit, never flat. And 3.5x. 3.5x, and guess you got to shrug, call that bitch off.
I find this to be a much harder 3-bet non-jam than just ripping it. It's interesting.
Yeah, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough post flop with
Especially
8s.
like against
Yes, you
LoJack, too.
are.
LoJack is a little tighter, right? And so you think 3-betting this would be less.
You are good enough with this
Okay.
post flop. How are you not?
I spew too much.
All you would do is quarter pot all flops and then reevaluate turns. If it's good for your range or low, if it's a low board, you follow through, get the money in. If it's a board with 1 over or something like that, they likely don't have, you go all in. I don't know. It seems easy.
I have this
Lots of
problem
easy.
when I
Three
bet
bets,
flop,
C-bet.
check turn, and it goes, and it checks through, and then they bet river. I think like, all right, they know I'm capped. I gotta, like, I just can't find folds. I'm like, I just let myself get bluffed, and I feel like I gotta call.
So it sounds like you're griefing turns.
Yeah,
No,
well, I mean, turn
griefing
sometimes you
rivers, right?
check. I grief the river.
Yeah, fair. Sorry, got distracted. 50% of the field, my friend. Where are we doing? Any 3 bets? Are you calling? Is this a good all in? This is cutoff as well. Let's get it, Carter. 30-second time banks. Call, not sure if I would ever mix this, to be honest. I think lots of 3 bets with 9s. No?
Nah, normally not.
Oh, God,
don't think
I
it's
can't
going to an
remember.
ICM either.
Yeah, I can't remember. I'd probably just defer to just calling, being unsure, and not wanting to use a hand like this as a 3-bet fold. 3-bet folding king 5, king 6 doesn't feel as bad. Jack 8 feels kind of bad.
So we're noticing at 50% of the field, it starts like these are all pure calls and chip EV, but when you're at 50%, it's mixing in some of the worst
Yep.
high-low combos.
Even for suited stuff as well.
Yeah. So I mean,
Ace Jack. 4 more hands, and then we get back in there and start looking at shallower ranges and fewer players in the field. Then we start playing looking at our deep stage poker game because I think that's fucking very important. How about now? All in with some calls. All in. Cap, you all in here?
No.
Nope. Aaron? Three bet.
I was 3-bet jamming 40-60 probably.
Okay. Larry?
I think I call here.
Ooh, I actually heard everything but fold. This is, and this is funny. This is Chip EV. This is something at 20 we've all looked at, and I've heard every fucking answer. Aaron, I mean not Aaron. What did you say you were doing? You were call. Not sure. Wait a minute. That's the last one. I'm all in, he says. Pure call. Hot damn. Sit here, no, take a second and look at this because 20 big blinds, Chip EV, when you play tournament poker tonight, you're going to have this stack. You're going to be in this spot. 100%. Jamming ace 3, 4, 5, 7s plus. Sprinkling in some of the offsuit. This stuff is hard as hell to know and mix, but just knowing the meat of it. Ace queen O, ace jack is just calling. Ace queen suited, it's almost pure, just 3-betting, 2.75x. Disgusting as fuck. Yeah. Damn, that's a tough ass. Every ace king suited jamming more than ace queen. Hard to grasp. I know, isn't it? 50% of the field remaining jams. Are you calling your suited tens? That's pretty much the question. You folding?
I think we're still
minute.
far enough away from the money to call.
Doug folds.
Bottom.
Kept calls. It feels like, dude, I don't know if I can fold. We can't be folding suited tens. Nope.
I think this might fall out.
Hell no. I can't. I mean, I wouldn't do it. He said fold and my body, I still hit call because I was thinking, I was being selfish. Yeah, I'm never folding. I mean, suited tens. This is what you ask yourself, like, when
The
does
cool
it
thing
end?
is that
Suited
when
jacks?
they jam here, they're more like marginal bottom of their jamming range, right? Like this is never aces. This is always going to be something like what,
Yeah, that's a good
sixes,
Yeah, it's their low pairs.
right? And
some
stuff like
shitty
that. And so you're
aces,
doing well against those hands.
Jack 10 or
Jam is actually better than like
There it
anything
is.
else, right? Yeah, 2s, 3s, 4s. So like you're doing well against those hands.
Ace 4, ace 5, ace 8. Yeah, you're just queen jack, queen 10 in there.
It's interesting they're not balanced with any super premiums to showing.
Nope. I mean, these.
I mean, in
Right,
real life,
yeah.
you're going to see the guy who just open rips aces here. You got to
They-
eat shit and take a note.
They're
right?
balanced
But-
with 2s, 3s, and 4s. That's their made hands. That's what they balance the other bluffs with.
Yeah.
And
I
then the
mean, it's
aces
not like
with
we
the
can just call
blockers.
5s and be super happy because they have all the other unpaired stuff, and we can't just call unpaired stuff and be super happy because they do have the paired stuff.
1 second. My wife hit me up. Ooh, okay. Yeah. That's well toe.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You got to go.
No, good news and bad news.
Good news and bad news.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I mean, you just said your wife texted you. Now it's good
No,
news and bad news.
no.
Are
It did.
you
I got
having
an
a baby?
email.
You having
No,
a baby? What's happening here?
Oh, I would swan dive off the roof of my fucking house if I was. having a baby.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You're gonna find me pretzeled in my driveway if I was having another kid. You're insane. Hell no, no more. No, it's just ignition stuff. It's good. I mean, but I don't think they want me to do much more with global.
Oh, really? They want to take you full time?
Schools, yeah. They're gonna have to pay me a lot more for that to happen. All right, Carter, 2 more, and then we're gonna get into the good stuff. Call offsuit 9s. Are you calling? What's the bottom? Or is it offsuit 7s? Are you calling offsuit 8s? Where are we? Sorry, this mic is broken. It's all good, man. You can type in, are you calling offsuit 7s, 8s, or is this the bottom? Offsuit 9s. I have to answer for you. We are still in there with offsuit 8s. He says queen 6. Yeah, you can get in there a little bit with it. You know, you're losing a little bit EV, but nothing crazy. But it's mostly offsuit 8s. Last one. No, one more after this. Got to get to clean 30 because I want to see how, from a percentage base, how we did. This is just chip EV you're calling. All right, last one. This is a good one. 50% of the field remaining to a low jack open. This is going to happen to you this evening.
This is about to happen to me in 5 minutes. I'm loading up.
Yeah, this is going to happen to you on the grind. You know, raise pure, he says.
Happy days.
Cap, what are you thinking?
Yep. Raise.
Raise. Anybody not raising? This might be a pure call, but he's in low jack and not EP.
Too deep to call.
Are we?
Gotta build a pot, yeah.
Okay.
20 maybe, but I doubt
Pure
it
fucking
even 20.
call.
Probably
No,
just probably jams at 20. It's calling?
Yes, bro.
Pure
Pure fucking
50%
call.
field. So this is what's changing it. ICM somehow.
I told
But I still wouldn't expect it to call, honestly.
This
I'd
shit
have
is
fucked this up too,
pure.
Jack, don't worry.
Nope, this shit is pure cancer ass strategy where you have such a strong defending range where your heart is fucked to mess with. Jacks, yaks are in there. 10s. This is the strategic adjustments that I don't think nobody's making. And
No.
This
will
program.
crush
I'm calling the floor.
floor.
That's hard. It's even
Right.
hard to think about, especially like you guys that play a lot
Nope.
of tables to even realize where you're at in the field when you have 10 tables going or 20 tables
This is
going.
why-
I actually strategically place things on my monitor. So like
Ooh.
either the really important ones or the ones that I'm deep in or the ones that are bigger behind are always dead center. So they're right in front of my face.
No.
And then small things on the outside. So I know to pay more attention to those. And then also on some sites, you can change the color of individual tables. So like on ACR, for example, you can do a color for when you're on the bubble. You can do a color when you're in the money and do it that way.
All right, that's a good idea.
84%. Yeah, that's pretty fucking good. That's really good. I mean, only a handful of mistakes.
It's really good.
I don't know what to do.
Time to get to the World Series.
Yeah, God.
Let's get sticks.
All right, now it's time to get to the good stuff. I believe you guys started at 12:15. Some of you guys have been here without a break. So let's take a quick 5 minutes. Even though Mr. Romano just took a break and got back. You literally just get back and we're about to take a very quick break because
That's fine.
When you're
That's
studying, even at home, by yourself, don't just sit there don't be like Toe and just sit in one spot and never move. Justin would do funny story. Years ago when Justin was like young in the game, he was playing a lot of cash and stuff. I went to stay with him for a couple weeks in Vegas in the summer. He had this small ass 1-bedroom apartment. He would keep the curtains and blinds closed all day. He barely left. He would go from his bed to his computer to shower. And then he would and I would come over like, bro, open up all these fucking blinds and like, we got to go outside and do all this stuff. And yeah, so Justin was that kind of guy as well. They would just get out of bed, do poker stuff, get back in bed, blinds closed, no daylight, vampire mode. So I have to.
was
Seems
probably only
like
taking a
me.
shower
Seems like
because
my
you were
life.
inside.
Seems like my life.
So you remember that shit? We used to go over there and make fun of me just sitting in this apartment. Like, bro, how do you live your life in here, man? He's like, I don't know. I just play poker. I was like, come on, man.
I
But
was
he's
in,
better now.
I was in Toe's stream the other night. I don't know if you saw it or not, but I guess it was his wife brought him in a platter. And I typed in, oh, he was in playing with Marlon. So I guess that's just one of their special nights.
Yeah, my dude.
So I'm like, oh, what do you have this shit catered while you're playing?
Yeah, yeah. Miss Toe is a bad influence. Every time I'm there, she just brings me like bad foods. Like I'm sitting there playing video games and studying with Toe. She'll just bring me a McFlurry or Frosty. Like, I don't even want this. She's like, oh, I'm eating it. Like, all right, I'll be back, guys. Let's take a quick break. I'll be back.
I just bought a Red Bull also, so I put it in the fridge to get it colder. So I have to wait that one too.
What's it like 10 o'clock out there?
Yeah, it's like 9 p.m.
Fine. You're in Estonia,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. But I woke up like 6, just a few hours ago.
Yeah, I woke up early yesterday morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. So I played the ACR 1650 1K.
Well,
And I liked it. I got to squeeze the min cash a little better than min cash out of it. So I so like off my schedule. So I was up early again this morning. I'm like, oh, I'll go play it again. I come up, make my coffee instead of going back to bed. I come up and go on the computer and it didn't run today. I was like, what the hell? I still played, I think I found I think I played a 2K, 1650 2K and like 3 bullets in the 550 5K.
Cap, where do you put most of your volume?
ACR.
Do you
It's the only site I play on, really.
do you have did you get access to GG through associate?
I'm on there, but I don't play on it because I got bad credentials and I can't get my fucking money off anyway. So
I thought how it works is that if you get to play in the States, you essentially get, I don't know, I guess the word is a sponsor, or get someone to move money on and off for you, move all the money on and off through them.
my deal is a bit shadier.
Oh, excellent.
I mean, if I really wanted to play on there bad enough, I could get my credentials cleaned up and do it, but I really don't want to be bothered.
So that's what, so when you see people are playing on there and their accounts in Mexico, essentially what's happening is that someone is getting rate back because they got them on there. And then whoever that person is, they move their money on and off through that person.
Yeah, I know some people who are have sponsors, and I never really asked about it because like I said, I'm not really all that excited to play on there. I like using a HUD. I mean, you can download the hands to PokerCraft and get them on your HUD, but I like playing with the HUD too.
Do you know anybody who sponsors people on there?
What's that?
Do you know anyone who sponsors people on there?
I know I know a couple guys, I think, they told me they're sponsored but I didn't follow up with them. So, I mean, I don't know anyone on our other Discord that does that, but there's guys in the PA group I'm in that have sponsors.
I guess
could
the
ask.
sketchy part is that you're trusting, if you have a big win, you're trusting whoever your quote unquote sponsor is to actually
Right.
pay you out.
Right. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. So yeah, I mean, I'm not.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point, actually.
And to be honest, the fields are very similar. So at the stakes I'm playing, I have played on both. And the micros are really bad. And as you start moving up, the fields get better and better. I mean, GG's a bigger site. They have more people, but it's not going to be any softer than ACR. That's for damn sure.
So the skill levels are about the same on top.
I think it's probably maybe a bit softer, but it's not as much as people may think sometimes.
And ACR just kicked the Dutch off last week or earlier this week.
Did they really? I didn't know they kicked any countries out.
No more Dutch.
Hmm.
Well, the Dutch told ACR they had a ban. They had to block them. I guess they couldn't get their taxes or whatever. So yeah, the Dutch can't play on there anymore.
All right, we're gonna go 25% of the field left. We did chip EV, and we're just looking at defending spots we should be 3-betting, how our range changes. And let's get to fucking work and play better than we did yesterday. 25%, we're gonna give ourselves the same thing. Let's give ourselves 40 versus RFI in the big blind. Now, if you guys, how many people, 25% of the field, this is what this looks like. 50 players remaining of the 200 with 30 cashing. So it's a soft-ish money bubble here. So yeah, we're flatting hands like 9s to a button open now. Pocket 8s are flatting. Ace deuce and ace 3 are picking up weight. I'm telling you, they're going to pick up steam as we get shallower or deeper in the tournament. So using more of these as 3-bet blockers, 60% of the time here, 69% of the time with some of these combos. Queen 4-0, 70%. And then we're pure jamming this stuff to that. No more jams. The days of jamming are done. I think we might be able to start jamming some Queen Jack suited versus MP and stuff, but ace deuce, pure. Your suited region just makes this kind of shit a little bit. If you miss it, it's not a big deal because it's 50-50 anyway. Only things that are really pure like ace deuce, ace 3 in there, a lot of your offsuit aces, and then strong linear. Ace queen off to a cutoff, open as a flat. Okay, you spaz bots. Here we go. I know how much
It's so
people
crazy
fall in
how
love.
much it's so crazy how much we have to call actually.
This is what I mean, and these having this strong of a calling range will put you in position to just wreck people post flop when they don't expect you to show up with pocket fucking jacks or have an overpair when you check raise a 9 high board, right? And then they go broke with ace 9, or they have the pocket 10s or something, or they just don't believe you and try to make a play. It will happen, I promise you. Ace queens to a hijack open, ace queen suited at 40.
Also from a psychological perspective, it's also like really confuses the audience because like when people see it, it's like, okay, this guy must be a fish because like he doesn't 3-bet his top
Or
of the
they call
range.
you a nit, or I mean, for yourself playing, I think it's important for you to say, you know, cool, I get to play a pretty safe strategy here. It feels pretty nitty, but it's actually pretty strong, and it's very comfortable to just flat some of these hands played in post flop, have the top of your range. When you know you have a very strong holding, even out of position where they may not expect you to show up with hands this strong. So it's really nice when you get in these spots and it comes queen high and you actually have fucking ace queen, you know?
It's very interesting also to see the 2 region to start folding just like GPV multi-way pots big blind is doing, like kind of similar.
Low jack. Offsuit 8, always paying attention to where our offsuit region starts folding is a very important exercise, since you know intuitively you're going to be calling a lot of suited hands. Offsuit deuces, when we get this deep, become shit as well.
That's why guys like your stud is probably so good, because like even if they maybe just maybe if they haven't even like looked these so much, they have the cash background that it's so similar to cash ranges. It just starts to be so similar to this.
Yeah, they're not gonna cash ranges or what?
Cash ranges are tighter than this.
Yeah, I mean, this is
of
40
course,
as well.
of course. Yeah,
But
of
yeah,
course
he
they're
can just
tighter,
easy adapt.
but of course they're tighter, but I'm just like, what I was saying is that it starts to be so much similar to cash ranges when I look this.
And then at 40, mixing offsuit ace-x still, and then yeah, your suited kings a little. Still focusing on some of this region. Your jacks, 10s, and 9s, even in the big blind here, I can't imagine how much EV is being lost by people 3-betting and just jamming or putting themselves in these spots where they just go broke with these stack depths here, with these type of
That's
hands.
really interesting.
It's ace king flatting.
Wow.
I ain't never flatted in the big blind with no ace king single open. I'm not gonna lie, it's just something I haven't done. So ooh, okay, fuck me, please. Oh my god.
My mic working?
Hey, there it is. He got it.
Yeah, that kind of, I think you do this sometimes when you're really deep as well. You flat ace king off versus like under the gun.
Nope.
Uh,
Let me see. We can check.
Pretty sure you want to build pot with
Or
your
like-
premium hands when you're deep.
You mix some of these others as flats too, like strong jacks and stuff. So it kind of looks
A
similar.
little bit. Yeah, you actually do a little bit. I mean, it's only 50-50, but it was damn near pure with 17% left. No, we were at 25. Were we 25 or 17? What were we looking at?
25.
Yeah, 25. We were
25.
25 left. Yeah.
All right, cool. We've seen all those. I'm gonna get through these so we can get into the drill since we have about 50 minutes left. And this very important stuff. All right, 30 BBs versus RFI on the button. Get to go a little bit crazier at 30. Now we get to apply some pressure. Suited nines, hands to play well when called with blockers. Suited kings. Now your ace queen. Ace queen's actually just 3-betting, you know, not all in. I think some people get stricken uncomfortable and just go all in. At 30 big blinds, your ace queens get in there. 40, no. 10s, but your 9s and 8s, which at 30 feel like auto shoves versus the cutoff open. This feels like an auto shove, but it's just a pure call. Jacks, a lot of flatting at 30 in a big blind. 9s, 8s, ace jack suited, ace deuce suited pure jam. This is gonna be, I can't wait for you guys to do some of these. Holy shit. It's gonna be really hard. Ace deuce 3s 4 5 6 7. You've noticed our trend with ace 3-0 constantly being around that 30-40% benchmark 3-betting. 9s flatting, 10s flatting, jacks mixing everything. Ace queen suited back there being a pure flat from low jack. And MP plus. So low jack MP plus 30 big blinds, ace queen suited, ace queen all flat.
That's crazy.
It is. Flat. Low jack plus 30 bigs, ace queen flat. Ace 3 hasn't left 25% plus. I mean, about right now it's at 20 to 40% 3-betting at all spots. And EP hangs on by a thread.
I guess you have changed your games a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I need to do 1,000 of these. I'm probably going to try to run 1,000 hands of these type of situations over here on the break while studying. This is going to be a big focus on my work. And I'll tell you what, we did this a couple weeks ago, and I found myself playing much better in the money and getting deeper in tournaments and closing out tournaments because I felt like it was this kind of work. Now we get to be 20 big blinds. I mean, you know damn well you're going to have 20 bigs. Here it is. This is what we need to be doing. King 5, 6, 7 pairs. Now it's game time with 20 bigs to try to chip up. We're jamming.
But basically, like it's very it seems to be the idea is like when you're like shorter, you're just like more thinking about like chipping and chipping up. But like when you start to be like a mid stack and stuff, you really want to like keep things going and not take too big stuff, you know.
Yeah, we don't need to be taking those risks for 40 big blinds where we're 3-betting and we're all in. We keep very strong hands. We're trying to preserve our stack and we can chip up naturally without risking too many chips. Whereas when we have 20 bigs versus these opens, we have a significant amount of fold equity given how tight their calling range needs to be. We're using combos that play well, have blockers, or some pair, just have a pair right away and a strong linear part of our range, to go all in. It's hell. It's hell on earth to play against. It's great. Like this 20 big strategy is just so good. And this is the stuff I think, since you're going to have 20 big blinds getting deep in these tournaments, 20-ish bigs, this is very important. Like the most important work you can do, in my opinion.
Yeah. What do you think about like when you look these offsuit aces 3-betting? What if we just call pure here?
I think people overfold to 3-bets in the perception of a 3-bet when you have this stack depth looks so motherfucking strong that you would almost be
that's true. That's
punting
true.
it. I think you get people to overfold. I think people will interpret you as having, or population not having enough small 3-bet at this spot, so they just will go crazy and overfold. You have the blocker. I think it needs to be done, and you would be doing yourself a big disservice by not having it in your game. Personally. Especially given that I think population is going to overfold to the 3-bet and play worse versus it when they call, and overfold versus a small c-bet when called.
Now, how high a frequency would you go? Would you push those as high as 30% apiece, or would you bring those as low as 15% apiece?
So what I do in game, I use Jurogen. It has the little numerical bar on the side. If I'm playing extremely well and my strategy is to still keep some of these in, and I'm not sure, I go 0 to 20, 0 to 25 and just keep it there.
Okay.
Because I mean, it's gonna be like 0 to 20, and if you're feeling a little nitty and you're not sure, 0 to 15, 0 to 20. If you're feeling kind of fucking froggy, throw it out the window and just 3-bet in this spot. And sometimes I just rip, which is a mistake, versus some of the later position stuff. Is it? Yeah, I'm just ripping way too much. Holy fuck. Yeah, I'm just ripping way too much. This is good, but versus cutoff, all these would just almost be pure rips if I'm feeling just, I don't give a fuck aggressive, which is a mistake.
You're making it 5.5 big blinds when you're 3-betting.
No, yeah. If they go
0.75.
to, so 5.75. Yep. If we go to EP here, still using these will aces, ace 3 has been in there, man. I made that point earlier. It's just staying in there. Cool. Good to see ace 4, ace 5 at 20, ace 4, ace 5, ace 5, ace 5, ace 4, ace 5, ace 4, ace 3. So in we don't need to use as many of these suited aces versus late position, because we can pull from our suited jacks, 8s, and things like that. So when you get a late position open from the button or something like that with 20, you don't need to use these because you have all this other stuff. But when it gets here, you don't have all this other stuff anymore, and then you just want to call versus that. Now you get to use this. This is the way I see it. Cool. We'll do quickly money bubble, fly through this money bubble, and then go crazy. Regular versus RFI. God, I could do this shit all day.
Is this the stone bubble or like 2 or 3 left to the money?
Stone bubble. Life is hard. What are you doing? You're flatting queens is what you're doing. Flatting jacks is what you're doing. Even to a button open. Imagine.
Wow.
I don't know if I've done it in my life. I swear to God, I don't think in my entire life I have flatted queens to in the big blind to a button open.
Yeah, that's
No, probably 0% lifetime EV, like lifetime flat. But I mean, it's super nasty and super good. Now I didn't even realize this was a thing until just this moment. That's kind of nasty. Holy shit. Oh yeah. So stone
So
money
I don't need to
bubbles.
bubble with queens.
So you don't need to bubble with queens. It feels like you do. It feels like you do, but you don't. It's actually wild that you aren't committed to bubbling with queens. Yeah. I actually didn't. This is the first time in my life I'm actually paying attention to this. I probably bust here with queens 100% of the time or get the money in.
Yeah.
that's.
I mean,
that's
queens haven't
probably-
been 3-bet yet.
That's probably a lot of the time. A lot of the time,
Kings,
I'm sorry.
big mistakes made.
pure flat,
Big-
no worries.
Don't worry about balancing at all. Just jam your ace king and call everything else.
You're just jamming ace king off, ace king suited, and flatting everything. If you actually 3-bet from the big blind at 40 effective on the money bubble, it's only aces. Oh, this is insane. It is
But
Look
so
how
still, the
bad we
low
are.
ace X offsuits are 3-betting, which I just dearly love that.
Yeah, these are still getting in there. Isn't that nasty?
Like
It's
I
so
roll
guess-
that
hard.
20,
guess-
no worries.
I guess the idea is just it gets just so many folds.
Guys,
Like you block the opening range, and it seems so strong when you do it in the bubble also. So it's
you think
like,
you get folds? You're going for, oh, you are raising 4x. Okay, so yeah, you do. You probably get a shitload.
yeah,
of folds. You
yeah,
go 4x,
yeah. That's the thing.
Oh man, this is disgusting as
Ace,
hell.
ace deuce off, fold or 3-bet.
Quarters, no
Oh, man.
problem. We'll jam those though.
Oh, I'm so sick looking at that. Just knowing how many times I need to be fighting queens. Oh man.
There you go.
At least you can bubble at 30.
At least we're allowed to bubble tournaments at 30. Yeah, this is cool. I can do this. I'm very good at bubbling, so we can do this. Like just jamming this kind of shit, no problem. I love this part of this tree. I love this strategy as we get deeper. And I will tell you guys what, this is insanely effective. Insanely effective.
And they think you're a total maniac when they
Oh,
call
man.
your ace or king 3 and you win.
Ace 3 off. I told you guys this hand is the Nutter Butters. This is versus cutoff as well. Ace 3 the nuts.
Can you go back
nuts.
one time to a button again?
Yes, sir. There we go.
Yeah. Good. This
Yeah.
is insane. This is truly insane.
Yeah, this is tough as hell to play. This is why I need to run a couple thousand drills of these stack depths before it catches on. I mean, it's going to help us a little bit today knowing some of this, but it's going to take a while to burn this into your heads.
These are equal
Yeah.
stacks, right?
Correct.
Hmm.
It's symmetrical.
Heuristics change quite a bit when there's like the chips are all different sizes at the table.
Yep. But I mean, this is given that when the cutoff opens into, I think if it's 30 effective, utilizing this strategy. But if you can look and see at the table that there's 4 guys with one fucking big blind, right? And you have 30 and you're insuring, you probably just cut all this out and go to
Yeah.
that 40 big blind range, right?
Yeah.
Like just you have to flat queens in that spot.
Well, if you cover the guy, then you can just pressure him though.
True.
Right.
All right.
Yeah,
go
wow,
here.
that's we have missed so much.
Yeah, this is I mean, it's exciting. I mean, it could be a little overwhelming, but this is exciting to see because if you think about like the strategy that we're seeing, then you think about how people in your games are playing and realize like, man, this is where I can make a big difference and really start crushing my stakes. Because I think if you implement this stuff, you're just going to cash way more. You're going to hold on to chips more. You're going to be tougher to play against. I think it's great.
Well, and imagine showing up to a live event where no one knows you and you're just 3-betting those low ace X off a 30 big blind stack. People, what are they going to do? They're just going to way overfold. You can do it full frequency
Live
probably if they don't
on
know
money
you.
bubbles, live on money bubbles, a live money. People are just dusty as hell. Yeah, but at the same time, some people are going to have super tight opening ranges.
True.
So yeah. All right, let's wait a minute. 20 is going to be, we have to look at 20 because 20 is, this is what you guys need to see. 20 is, it's shit moving time here at the World Series of Poker. even on a money bubble versus an open.
You have 20, you don't even have a stack. Just throw it away.
Dude, you're
Get
just
it in with
jamming
10-9.
fucking- I mean, this is nasty. I love this.
Jack
So
10
when I'm-
off, no
Go ahead.
flex.
Basically, it all builds on to the idea that when we're short, we want to get chips, and when we're not short, we don't want to get so much chips.
Yeah, when we're deeper, we're not incentivized to need to chip up to realize a positive ROI. But in a situation where you'll notice if we go to 10 big blinds, we're fucking gorilla knitting. We're like super nitty to trying to cash versus opens. And we can look at that because your ass is gonna have 10 bigs and you're gonna see how tight we are going to play versus opens at 10 bigs.
We're
we're
leveraging
not-
fold equity at
We're
20.
leveraging full a lot. Yep, because their calling range versus our all in needs to be so ridiculously tight for them not to bubble. Yeah, let me see. Let me see if you could probably find their range. Is this it? No, this is just versus an all in. You're calling ace jack off plus. But yeah. You can do versus 3-bet. We are on the button versus BB in this kind of spot. How tight is the range you need to be? You're still calling this kind of shit. With 17 left? Is it this? Wait a minute, 20 BB. All in versus big blind. Hero. Oh, this is it. So 7s plus, ace 10 plus, ace 10 suited plus.
Yeah, so all those high, low, like king, queen suited, king six,
is all
king
jammed.
5, queen 6, queen 5. They're getting so many better hands to fold.
Yeah. Like, look at this. Ace 9 suited folding. Like an ace 9 off, king, queen off. So
Like your queen 6 is getting their ace 9 suited to fold.
go back to the cutoff. Still getting pretty nasty versus cutoff. I can't wait for you guys to drill this. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
City
it becomes
versus 7.
risky if they don't know how tight they're supposed to fold.
Yeah.
That's the game that's the meta game. That's the game inside the game. You got to figure out while you're playing.
Or you could just always take the aggressive line and sometimes get lucky, chip up, and
Yeah.
know you're doing the right thing. Just
Yep.
or you can just know you're taking because this isn't exploitable. Like taking it, you know what I'm saying? This can't be exploited when we're just jamming, unless you're literally just jamming into a guy you know is super tight. If you don't know, you don't know, right?
Right. Like absolutely.
That's so similar. It just made me laugh right now too. Yesterday I was watching the VPT Celebrity Cash Game recording, and Phil Helmet is always saying the same talk. He's always giving. I just need to get lucky. I'm waiting when they're bluffing, and then I'm gonna call them.
And this man is a multimillionaire, so
He's been telling that story for 40, 50
But it's
years.
so funny that it's like a broken record. He
Works
just
for him.
goes there and he just says all the same things.
hey, don't talk shit about this guy, okay? Don't you dare talk shit about that guy.
I mean, he's good, of
Sixes
course.
flush with greatness.
Watch your goddamn mouth. Oh shit, we didn't even look at 10. Let's just do these real quick.
It's just funny. It's just funny. The sentence
I
resembled.
knew Kuhn was going to smoke his ass though. I mean, I knew the party was over and that run he had.
He should have lost to Negreanu. Like he got lucky.
Yeah, he should. He should have. Yeah, I agree.
What if
Kuhn's
Phil is
another
just
level.
experiencing the best run possible and he's actually lucky?
Heads up, it's high variance.
Yeah.
You think Phil Helmuth is actually dog shit? He just happens to be high with the best variance.
Wouldn't it be funny if that was the case?
Yeah, no. He does what he does really well.
Yeah, no.
That is funny.
Would be funny. though.
His live tells.
Yeah, he has probably known this pre-flop stuff already before the solver.
Yeah, he invented that solver. He fucking wrote the script for the solver. Come on now.
That's what
all
we're
right.
doing. We are learning white magic right now. He has all of it.
All right, Aaron, take us home. Start us off here. The first and 17.5% remaining.
Money bubble, I'll just call this.
Calling this hand on the money bubble. Are you calling offsuit two gappers as well? And if
Yeah, I
so,
think
what's the
so.
bottom? Still calling offsuit two gappers.
Yeah, not 5-3. Maybe 6-4, no. 7-5 for sure.
God, I know we're tighter, but man, we're still in there. Not the two gappers. Still out
Oh,
there. with the two-
5-4? Oh,
Yeah,
not,
all-
okay.
Yeah, so just the one gappers and offsuit 9x. One gappers and offsuit 9x. Two gappers are out of there. And then we are in there with this. Yeah. Up. Now it's
I'm
gonna
letting
test
it
you right
go.
away.
I'm letting it go.
Hey,
Hey,
right
it was
away.
right too.
See, in
I'd be
game
telling myself I'm too nitty.
before today, you probably would have just snapped it in there, right? So that's good. You just saved yourself a big blind from here on out.
Nice. But the guy plays like dog shit, so I would have actually realized. Call.
What's the bottom of your call range versus 20 on the money bubble here?
On the money bubble.
This is the money bubble.
Oof. Fair enough. I don't think I would actually want to go too much lower than 7s or 6s for 20. That even actually, now that you mentioned the money bubble, kind of seems shitty.
It's
I'm
fold.
folding.
Yeah, no, maybe you're right, actually.
everybody,
It's,
everybody. was
this I
folding.
do actually call too often
I
in
think I'm 10
reality,
I'm-
but I should let this go.
I'm tens here.
Caps
You
is
can punish
10.
me for saying call, but that's fine. Call, punt it off.
Call,
It's
punt
free.
it off. It's free.
But
Caps
it's 10s
folding.
for sure. I'm with that.
Mr. Romano, where you at with this one?
Yeah, I'm folding this. I'm folding this for sure.
Larry?
Guys, it's Cosby. Can I flip a
Stacy?
coin?
Stacy, you calling this? You can type in chat, or I'm kind of curious. This is
I mean, tens might even be a punt.
I keep
think-
thinking
I think
pocket
I
pairs
should
are
call
bad
in.
ICM.
I think like
Aaron's calling. Let's see. We will find out the bottom of this range, and you will have this happen. This is here we go. Not tens are mixing.
Yeah. I figured tens were indifferent.
Um,
Jacks are
never
mixed.
seen
I didn't
one
think
ring
jacks
up
would be
using that.
indifferent.
I mean, to be fair, it's printing full big bet, like a full big blind, but with the risk premium, it's still not even worth it. It's
So the
just-
reason why I think jacks and tens are mixing is because he's probably jamming like jack 10 suited, queen 10 suited, queen jack suited, stuff like that, and then low pairs maybe. And then so his offsuit aces, maybe some.
There it is.
no,
No, he's not even jamming the jack 10.
he can't be
Ace.
jamming because it's bubble.
Yeah.
Oh, right, right. Yeah,
I
he's
wonder
not
what
open.
people really jam there for 20 big blinds
Yeah,
on the
I don't
stone
think-
bubble.
Yeah, I don't think there's an open, like, I don't even know what the open jam range would be there, honestly. I would look at that and be like so confused.
I
I'm
know.
gonna
It's like
3-bet this.
We are already confused.
Yes.
3-betting, hey?
Yeah, just
Full
small,
frequency?
probably only like 15%. I don't think it's, maybe it is full frequency, but I think it's full frequency against like hijack or something.
Yeah.
So I think it could sneak in a little bit here.
I'm along your line, I think. I think versus all your position, we move it up.
Wow, you guys are fucking savages.
I think it's
know.
more like
cutoff
king
is probably
10.
almost frequency.
I think it's calling.
I think it's just calling. Only
Yeah,
call.
and
versus
I-
EP.
in like 20 big blinds, it was like more like the jammy stuff.
Yeah,
Here's
I
some.
mean, remember
15%?
this
Could be
little.
worse.
Hey, it could be. I mean,
Got it.
fuck it. Yeah, you found it a little bit, but most of that comes from this. And then we mostly just rip. When we do 3-bet these, it's going to be mostly just all in when we have a significant frequency. You know, you'll see the suited low king X and ace X. And that should be
Repping
full
aces with
frequency.
aces.
Repping. Right.
Huh.
Oh,
Oh,
yucky.
yeah.
Not
Spots
fold.
are
Probably calling. Probably calling.
Against,
There it is.
Not
against an
folding.
aggressive character, I might just call this, but
No.
most I would just fold.
You're folding in this spot?
I
I'm
guess
just
most
curious.
for sure.
Okay, fold. And Cap said call.
Snap fold.
Snap fold, I'm sorry. And Romano said call.
Calling ace.
Yeah,
I'm calling
I mean-
ace queen.
Yeah, but
I
it's
think
like
this
the
is a call
blind.
against
I
small
mean,
blinds.
if it's against the blinds, I mean,
It's still 5 from the money, 25 bigs, man.
I think you call.
Like I got a
Oh
guaranteed cash in my pocket.
God. Yo, you calling this? These spots.
Yeah,
we're giving this
but
some-
I also
need
but
to
but
internalize
Five out of
that
the money?
cash in pocket.
but
Yeah.
but the question is, how wide is it jamming there?
It
We'll
doesn't
see.
matter.
Can't do nothing
If
about
you're
it.
always gonna
Wow.
be 50, 50, 60, 40, when you're guaranteed the cash, like, I'm folding, I'm snapping.
Ace queen off bottom of call or ace jack.
We're 5 out of the money?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I
What's
can't
the
see
buy-in?
myself folding this one.
This man said he's about to make the shit ace king is what he's saying. Just
I'm
call
saying,
like
what's the
20
buy-in?
It's a
$500
25K where
buy.
everyone's
It's
a
a
solver.
It
It's
is 1
$500.
million
I'm
buy-in,
folding
1
ace
million,
king.
1 million buy-in.
He's keeping
Five
it
for the
real.
money, 5 for the money, I'm folding ace queen.
If this was the ignition $500 milli, I would fucking gig a snap. Ace queen's gone. For 25 fucking bigs, and then yeah, they got me. Good. But Aaron was, I couldn't remember what you said, buddy.
I'll call it. I would fold against most, call it only against a super aggressive guy.
Personally, I think it's gonna be ace jack O plus. I wonder if God. Ace 10 bottom.
Really?
Oh,
Oh, I'm
Let's
surprised
go.
it's a solver
Let's
call. I thought they would
go.
have to be over aggressive for it to
Thank
be a good call.
God. Let's see, all right, we had questions on what his range would be as well. Let's see. This is good.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. It's small blind. I mean, I can't
Yeah.
imagine folding ace 10 there against small blind jam. No.
Why is this thing fucking? Oh, I got it too big. I gotta.
I mean, this is the point that Tom made before. This isn't aces, kings, ace, queen, ace, king.
Never.
No.
I mean, you're gonna dominate his jamming, his shoving range.
Yeah, I mean.
I don't
he's-
know if I do this against population, but
Yeah, I jammed.
So I wonder how it's payout adjusted when you assume people just jamming the chip baby there. What's the adjustment for calling?
Never fold ever. Probably ace 9 plus. I think you would go a pip wider, right? Like if people aren't adjusting themselves and they're still like overly aggressive. Fuck.
So
If
if
I knew a
people-
guy was jamming that wide, I'd probably never fold ace 8 in most tournaments.
Mhm.
Like if
Yeah.
this is any tournament, $100 or lower, I have no fucking problem snapping it. It's the 500s on the money. It's the 1Ks that I get to play sometimes and stuff like that where I'm like, ooh. But it's even then, I'm probably making a mistake. If 7-7 for 25, seriously, yepers. It's printing a little bit
So,
less.
Yeah, that's interesting
This
stuff.
is a very good hand because a lot of us were waddling and dead wrong. Good job to the heroes out there that got it in with ace 10. You are a legend and a scholar.
Yeah, ace 10 folding
25%
just
of us.
it's just
Oh,
the thing is we
jam?
can't
Yeah. No, it can't be.
we can't just think about what's our calling range. We have to interpret it by thinking
What gens,
what
their range
what
is, right?
yeah what the other guy is jamming. So
Uh,
if it's against the big blind, it's probably not the answer.
All right, what are you doing here, Aaron?
I
You
think this has got to be a jam, doesn't it?
25% not to 17, still being quite aggressive. All in.
Yeah, screw it. I've already decided. Oh, I missed it. It was king 4.
I mean, you're fine then. You got the right heuristic.
Like, look at the EV though. It's the same, even for this.
I'll throw the goat
It
ball in
sucks.
chat and
That's why when I go back and review hands, like, yeah, it's a full frequency, not in there. But when you check the EV, it's going to be fucking close enough where your mistake isn't like so egregious. It feels bad when you get caught, but if you were using something very close in the same region anyway, the EV is probably going to be pretty fucking comparable, especially for decisions like that. Ace 10 on the button. This is the kind of situation where
We're
I
probably
wonder
like
if this
calling.
protects our calling range. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
call, Stacy's calling, Romano's calling.
I don't want to 3-bet this and fold, and I'm not sure jamming's the right thing, so there we are.
There it is. Very good job.
We're gonna sliver on it.
Doesn't this sometimes feel like a trap hand to just lose control of your body in maybe some emotional states or some mind states feel like, okay, well, this guy's been aggressive here no matter what. Let's just use it as a 3-bet. It feels like super trappy. for yourself mentally, but it should actually just be a trap hand for your opponent, and you should just call it. So this
This
is
is
good.
one of those spots you were talking about earlier. Like when we flat here, we keep worse in, right? And that's great.
It's so
When we
good.
raise here, we only get dominated.
You only get wrecked by worse.
Raise
mean, by
Is
that-
that here that we don't really want to go post flop out of position
Sure we do.
on the stone bubble?
Yeah, we do. Because we get to just make easy decisions when we flop shit. We don't get to your decisions are going to be harder when you jam and get called by better.
Yeah, we can call them. We can see a club, check to them. They bet small. We raise them. They're not sure what to do. They call
Well-
us. Then another club. We bet again. They fold.
I mean, there's just a lot of other situations where you three bet or you go all in and they snap you and then you've bubbled. Whereas if you call, you keep in worse 10x, ace-x. And you could just get away from dirty ass boards where you're just dead, right? All right, how many hands have you done? You got 3 more, Aaron.
Okay, I think that's probably only raises at a really small frequency. We'll call this time.
Mixing in a very small frequency of raise. Ooh, he's in there. See, you're ready for that randomizer game.
20% is not too bad. I'd probably end up being a little heavy on the aggression with the randomizer still, but less heavy than being full frequency all the time anyway.
Correcto. You give yourself a chance to peel back the aggression. You can say, okay, the solver told me to call this time, right? Or if you need aggression in your life, you can say,
This
all right,
raises
the
for sure though,
RNG
right? Like 20%, 25%.
raising partial
Yeah.
frequency. I think you are.
This is one of those where I'm just waiting for a good
20%.
randomizer to
20%, 30%. Me too. I would be
That's-
praying that I rolled a 0 to 30 or something like that so I can try it
Right.
and then have an excuse. So good.
Keep rolling until you hit your number.
yeah, just keep
Well,
pressing the
what's
randomizer.
nice, what's nice about the one on Jurogen, you can't roll it. It rolls once every few seconds by itself. So I'm like, all right, I close. Yeah, you can't. There's nothing on the table to like roll it. It just does it by itself every few seconds, every 10 seconds or something. So I'm like, all right, this is the number I'm choosing and just have to do it. Otherwise,
what I say.
you keep wasting your time bank waiting to get your number as well. Trust me, I've tried both. Ace a deuce.
Wait, does it get to rip or something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a rip. It was a
Kind of
rip.
seems like a rip, yeah.
God, 20 from the money, soft bubble.
Though it's probably only like a 60% rip or something like that if it is.
Are you guys? I mean, is it really that much?
I
risk?
think it's a 3-bet, like
I'm not ripping it.
30%
ripping
fold the rest.
It's
I think this is
blocking
a
bucket
call.
twos, guys.
Here it
It's a
is.
call.
All right. Well, we're all debating and we don't need to talk over each other in these spots, but let's see. Rip. Never in 1 billion, bazillion, gazillion, punty
okay.
Oh,
years.
ace four is there. Ace four is there.
It's a 3
Nah,
bet.
it's a raise.
And it's ace for a suited, he's saying, and it's 7%. Remember, no rips, and he's an EP. One
Okay,
thing
I
I
saw
would-
some dirty ones. I
Here
was
we
like,
go.
maybe this is it, but it's not.
Here's a good rule of thumb. With 30 and 40 big blinds on these money bubbles, I want you guys to make nitty mistakes.
Stacy EP's early position.
Under
EP
the
is
gun,
early
under the
position.
gun one.
Yeah, instead of saying under the gun or under the gun one, it says early position. And then middle position, low jack, high jack cutoff. But this is a good rule of thumb, and this is something that the solver is kind of showing you as well as me telling you. 30 and 40 big blinds, when you don't need to risk the biscuit, you should be making nitty mistakes. Calling hands like queens. If it's calling queens, it for sure ain't fucking ripping no ace deuce off to punt.
Solver is teaching us to be in it. Wouldn't
No,
have-
it's in these spots where cashing and we have an inflection point, and the thing about the money bubble is you play some of these tournaments for 4, 5, 6 hours to get to this money bubble stage.
Yeah,
where
that's
it's
true.
the first time you get to realize some portion of ROI. You go from a 0 ROI to getting some ROI back. With 30 and 40 big blinds without the fold equity and getting yourself stacked, don't do it. Don't do it. And if you are going to do it, just use a small 3-bet and then get the hell out of Dodge. 3.5x. Last hand. And I say that stuff out loud to remind myself to not do these things.
Yeah, 10 off. Shit, that hand got to fuck around a bit for some wide ranges. But we're kind of on the money bubble. We're in position. Fuck, I don't find enough raises. This kind of feels like I might be fine enough to raise fold.
You
if
are
I
an
wanted to 3-bet and be an
aggressive
asshole.
My
But
thought
maybe we'll
process-
just call. We'll just call.
My thought process here is small blind's very polar and we have middling, or we're like middle of the range, so he's raising top and bottom and we're in the middle, so I think the middle of our range probably
Okay,
does a
yeah.
lot of call, probably
No,
does a
you're
lot of
right. I like
calling.
it.
That's
I
what
like
I
that.
think too. Call.
I mean, we are not folding for sure. We're just calling in position. We have a flush on the small blind. He's gonna stack to us,
Nope.
so we can hit
Your
Okay.
jack
3-bet
10.
bluff range, this, 3-bet bluff range.
Jack 9 will do it though. Just got to be a little worse than Jack 10.
Yes, 12%, 30, yeah. Cool, let's, go to someone. Thank you, Aaron. Great job, by the way. I think, the
That
ace
was
deuce
fun,
is a little
yeah.
bit spazzy, but.
You
you'll
know
have
what?
that on
That's
these
my
big
game.
jobs.
It's a little spazzy sometimes.
Brother, I've developed some of that shit as well. It sucks. It's hard, but we will get nitty again. 2023, get nitty
Let's
again.
make
Let-
poker nit-
Make poker nitty again. 2023, make poker nitty again. All right. Hey, Stacy, would you be interested in giving a shot at making the best decision here at In 10 Hands? Feel free to type in if that's okay. You can also unmute if you have a mic, but I can. Oh, you can't at work. Oh, sorry, no problem. Liz, you wanna give it a shot? Run a few? Linza. All right. Capster, have you done a
Haven't
rotation
done
yet?
any in weeks.
Hey, you're back. Back in the saddle. All right, next hand. Right away. Yam
I'm on the
dog.
bubble. Fold.
Which the bottom of your, are you calling suited jacks? Suited,
Oh my god, like ace 8 suited, ace 10 off. So king
You just
queen
seen
suited
this.
is probably my worst king.
we literally just seen this with our eyes, the ace 10
Sevens
hand.
plus, right? Yeah.
Sevens plus, ace 10 off plus, and then it was like
Ace
ace.
This was
eight.
probably a fold. This was probably a fold.
Yeah, I think it's king queen, maybe king jack mixes.
I
I
think our suited 10 still called, right? Yeah,
don't remember.
yeah.
No.
Ace eight suited,
Wow,
suited,
okay,
king-
it's
king
just on the
10 still
cusp.
called. Yeah, no, it's king 10 suited needs to
This is a
call.
bit wider range here than we looked, the last one we looked at.
Yeah. And whoa, this is 25. The other one was, I thought it was the same thing.
Yeah,
can't
so did I.
remember.
Maybe it was.
Oh!
20 or 30.
It was 17.5. No, it was 17.5% of the field remaining.
Ah.
Oh,
okay.
yeah,
This
yeah.
one was 25. Yep.
Oh, yeah, so we're 20 from the money. Okay.
Yeah, here it is. Now that's the big difference. Soft money bubble, hard money bubble.
Versus cutoff. I mean, I just want to rip it,
Mm.
but I know we're not going to, right? So.
I think this is
Gonna
raising.
mix 3-bet some and mostly call.
When somebody's responding, let's try to be a little bit respectful, especially mid sentence.
Sorry.
No,
Sorry.
it's no problem. It's all good. It's all good, buddy. I know we all. It's because you have a love and a passion for the game, and I can respect it. It's all good. But wait, yeah, what were you saying, man? What were you doing here?
Mostly call, a little bit of 3-bets, maybe 20% 3-bet, I guess.
20% 3-bet. Okay. Raise. Mostly raising for Stacy. What were you saying, Romano? What are you doing here, buddy? You using this portion
Yeah,
of the range?
probably raising a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking it would use some of the more will aces a little bit more than this ace 8. This might be in there 25%, and then the ace 2, 3, 4 carrying it at 30 and 40%. I'm just testing myself right now. I'm not sure.
Heavily
But let's go raise.
king blockers
This
as
one's
well.
fun. Okay, so these just rip, and these are way higher frequency, and this is why we need to study.
Yeah.
But ace 2, 3, 4 pure German. Shit.
Ace 8 just calls.
God, I need to do thousands. Yep, just pure call. I mean, yeah, pure call. I'd have rolled a 20 and griefed my tournament. This looks like the cutoff is sufficient to see if I picked up a hand. Yeah, they're gonna open pretty wide there. The cutoff range. I should have clicked it before.
Versus under the gun one, I just fold.
What's the bottom of your offsuit calling range then?
Queen eight,
Yeah, I like folding. I
king
like
eight,
folding.
ace eight, I'm folding queen eight.
A lot of folds out there. I think king, if we're calling offsuit eights, that means king seven gets in there because you go a pip wider. So if we're playing offsuit eights, this would be the bottom of our call range.
Well, I'm
That's
not
the way-
playing offsuit eight, so I'm folding queen eight.
So that means if you're folding king, queen, so you're calling offsuit nines?
King eight, ace eight, and offsuit nines.
Okay. I think this is a call in the bottom. It's out eights and even eights mixing and it's offsuit tens. 25. I thought 17 would be this tight, but yeah, this is why it takes a lot of work. Holy fit. Sevens. It's interesting here.
The offset ones just don't give enough value back.
Yeah, I
Just
mean, honestly, the queen nine, jack
they give
nine, I'm
nothing.
overplaying.
Yeah, me too. I'd be in there with the offsuit nines for 25% and then cut them out.
I mean,
I think this is a range I would
This
use
is-
at 17% and not 25%.
this is something also like with this king and queen offset region. When you look the bubble situations and stuff in the streams of like Giraffe and Michael when they have discussed, I've seen them holding these a lot too, and kind of with the same reasoning. So yeah,
Yep.
it
Especially
makes
versus
sense.
EP. And when we get deeper in tournaments, makes sense. Yep.
I mean, they're folding it even like hijack opens,
Yeah,
and
Bert's
like,
a good
you
bit.
just don't need it. You just don't, because like if you hit the king, what are you doing? Are you punting it off?
Hold on for dear life for 2 streets and then give away 40% of your stack on the river like a real man.
I mean, 40 deep, I guess we still call this.
Still calling 25%, 40 deep. So that means we're calling all of our connectors.
Yeah,
this
pretty
one-
much. I mean, we're playing. the
This
other
one probably
end of the board.
mixes. This mixes, but it's mostly calling, right? No, mostly folding, but it mixes.
Mostly folding.
Yep.
I mean, it's easy to play. I'm gonna smash the flapper on bottom.
Bottom. Yeah, this is the range. Like, look at this now. Yeah, this is the range I was thinking. Damn, man, this is at 40. You're even tighter.
So it's versus under the gun. That's the thing, like, I was gonna try to get that in earlier, like, when we are against, the two first positions, we are way tighter on the offsuit side, right?
Yep.
This has to call.
Yeah, it's a pure call. I'm just snapping. I don't even probably think about ever using the 14% or know it's a thing.
Nope.
You know, just call and see the flop.
Yep.
8-5 suited is gonna call.
The chat.
Until the guys are bluffing and giving us all the chips.
Yeah,
We're gonna
hopefully we
fold
get
like
some-
8-3. We're gonna fold like 8-3 suited, maybe 8-4, 8-3 suited folds. 8-5's calling.
No, offsuit deuces and some threes and the rest are calling, right? Like just wow, even some fours. Okay. I would have never in fucking my life folded jack before, but okay.
Later. So this guy's earlier position and we're shorter. I mean, this has to call. It's probably mixing folds again, but I mean, I always call it.
65% easy call.
Oh, I'm
Easy
folding.
call. Nope. Still got to call our one gappers. Yep. And
Oh,
one
it's so
thing,
little EV. I'm like thinking like I would just let this go.
well, what's
There's no-
interesting is as we get shallower, we're defending more of these. So at 40 big blinds versus under the gun and
It's
stuff
probably
like that,
it's
we're
probably because it's probably
realize the
because
equity,
if we
right?
hit it, yeah, exactly.
Also,
we
we're
get to realize
below,
equity.
we're also below the bottom of his opening range, so we're a bit better off when we make a, like, if we hit it at 7, he doesn't have many 7s in his range. Ace-7 suited, like.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So,
You're getting
has
all these damn layup hands. What the
He
shit?
has like four combinations of sevens and that's it.
Alright, well, I guess we can raise this like 15%, call the rest.
I think it's a pure call, but
I like calling.
pure.
Pure call.
I
And
just-
then these ones, it's just
King
these.
We just need to be a calling machine.
99.9. Yeah, machine. Yeah.
Make calling better again.
Make flatting. Make
I
flatting.
mean,
a thing.
honestly, I wanna fold.
You're in. Nah, you can't. I'm not gonna let you. So what else?
Aside
do you
from the
want
money,
to do?
I'm out.
No, what else do you want to do though? No,
I'm
what
folding.
what do you really want to do?
I really wanna fold.
Can't, dude. It's you can't,
Ace
Fold.
three folds. Am I, how far out am I?
Pretty
dude.
fun.
Ace three folds, ace six, ace two. It's not
No,
terrible.
yeah, it is. It's ace 4 and ace 5 are the ones like you like just the nuts. Like ace
Yeah.
deuce, I get ace 3 and
This is
but
something
ace
I'm
4 and
leaking a
ace
lot.
5 are
I'm
really
calling
really
ace
good aces.
five.
They make so many straight draws. You flop ace 2 3, ace 2 5. You know, I don't know. You can't fold.
I'm calling ace five, 100%. Ace four. I
Stacy's even
thought, like,
here. Stacy said raise.
I actually thought ace four might have been a fold.
I'm folding these ace offsuits against the EP too much.
I'm not. Ace deuce is one I get uncomfortable with. That's about the only one. And then ace 6 stinks, and the rest of these are just getting flicked. At least flick in. But yeah, like even okay. So if you guys are gonna play tight with your ace X, and you know it does a little bit with these, but ace 4 and ace 5 are special for the number of straight draws you're gonna be able to wheel draws you're gonna be able to make. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
like ace 3 makes more straights than ace deuce, the ace 4 and ace 5. You know, you can flop a lot of gut shots of straight draws with an over, backdoor flush draws, nut flush draw with the you know, on 2 tones with the gut shot. So you need to be in there with these. These are special. These are the exceptions. Ace 6 sucks. Ace deuce is rough because you're not gonna flop too many straight draws.
All right.
That's hard. That's hard.
Yeah.
So middle position, this probably doesn't fold, so I guess call.
I like folding. Ooh, almost.
Ooh, some folds in there. It's a little bit. I mean, it's a whittle bit. Suited deuces. The later position we go, the more we get to call these suited regions. If this came from up front, this shit would probably be out of there, as we saw.
20. I mean, like, I like to get out of line. I don't mind making it like 6 here and then folding it with jam.
All right.
It's interesting too, which hands you decide you're gonna. All right, this one I'm gonna spaz, and this one.
Yeah.
Well, it's a king.
I'm not gonna flick
blocker.
in one
Interesting range
more.
construction.
It's a king blocker. We are below the bottom of his. He's not opening like. I guess he's opening like jack 7 stuff like that, or ace. You know, he's opening sub 7s, suited 7s, no offsuit 7s. So I think this can get a bluff in there. He looks like a Brazilian, so I want to fuck with
All
him.
right. Aaron, what are you doing here?
I was wondering if this wasn't in the jamming range, but I was sort of, I'm on the fence about it. I do want to jam.
I'm all in every time. Every fucking time.
All in.
Yep. Yeah, versus cutoff open, we get to jam these suited kings, right?
I raised.
At least. Oh, there's no God, no. There's no small 3-bets anymore at 20, unless
Sure?
you literally have aces and offsuit ace X.
I still got room to go
Call.
6.5.
No, we're all in. No, it's a pure all in.
All in, okay.
And then, like I said, you want to do it here a little bit with these, and you used it, and you only want to do the strategy that you're saying, Cap, where you want to use that small. You want to do it with your offsuit ace X and king X region to really replicate you having the ace X, aces and kings.
Right.
That's all you're trying to replicate by using the bet. So you need to do it with this region. Sometimes you're going to flatten, you know, it's fine. You're going to be able to play top and bottom and have a blocker. It's fine. But this shit here, the suited stuff, rip it.
I was
would
sure
have-
about king
Bro,
or king 8, but
I'll
king
be
7
honest
I
with
was
you.
definitely fenced.
My problem is in game, I'm not sure what it is here, and I would fucking rip like king 4+, like pure. I'm ripping like, yeah, I'm probably king 3+, like all the way up to here because I don't know what to do.
The bottom of his
Like
opening
I'm
range.
doing
Can we-
ten serious.
Can we refer to his opening range? It helps
Yep.
me understand heuristics better too.
Oh, yeah, the king seven's a snap jam. King eight, king is easy, but
So yeah, he's not opening all the sevens, so, okay. So that's why I thought sevens would get in. I assumed his range would look something like that.
I probably have time to run one more person for an orbit. Solwa, I'd love to give you a chance, my friend. I think everybody else in here has been through it. You can type in chat if you're here, my friend. If not, that's no big deal. But I always like to give you nice. All right. Hope you've been paying attention in class, my friend. Let's crush it. You're about to get a perfect score. Let's do it.
Well, I'm really more of a cash game player, so.
That's all right. Defending here.
Yeah,
using the
defense.
three-bet? Yeah, I would do. I would just always defend, even all my two gappers, everything like that. Wonder if it's too wide, but I would never fold this. Yeah. I'd be all my two gappers, so I'd be in here with 8-6. Yeah, 8-6. All this 7-5, 6-4.
In position with a discount, it's hard to refuse, right?
And he goes like, I'm not a full 3x, and I would just assume I could outplay the guy because of ego, and it would probably be bad. Shit. All right.
Yeah, call.
Snap call. You have an all-in range here for you jamming any offsuit ace-x.
No, I'm not jamming offsuit ace-x on the bubble.
No offsuit ace-x jams. I wonder what we no,
Oh,
we know we're not
ace-king.
jamming ace-queen. Yeah, just ace-king literally. Yeah, I think that's about it for this range. Only all-in with the ace-king. Calling this. And beautiful. Only ace-king. Partial frequency, your offsuit ace-x. And this stuff is more important than you think. Let's do this. Uh-oh.
Fold.
Fold. Another fold. Somebody wanting to fold the ace-x. Romano, you want to change your mind? What are you doing here?
Yeah, I think we want to rip it here, maybe.
Some ripping.
I think this falls out. I think this is a fold.
I think it's gonna
Cut off and
call
bottom.
versus hijack. It probably defends.
Okay, so there
I
it
mean,
is.
if
I've
it's
heard
re-raising,
every
if it's
option.
re-raising against EP, then it's probably not folding against hijack.
Nope. So you said you were calling, correct?
No, I
No
said I
folding.
was ripping, but
I was asking
maybe-
Solwa. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, it's no problem. What were you doing here, buddy? I can't remember what you said.
I wanted to fold.
Oh, you wanted to fold. I think we get to mix fold and 3-bet, and we're never folding.
Can't
Maybe
fold
we're
versus
just
hijack.
3-bet. Maybe, I mean, mostly like 40% 3-bet and then calling, a lot of 3-betting. He wants to fold. 3-betting in there and mostly folding. And
Still
you
folding.
can fold peanut breaths. Me too.
I think what
I-
happens is that on the stone bubble, we're dominated by every ace-x. So I think it falls.
Still folding.
The
We
thing
do wrap
is,
A3.
in the stone bubble, the ace-x is probably not calling off.
That's a beautiful little 3-bet.
So
Alright,
can you
that's a good
actually
2.75.
can you show the hijack calling range against this jam?
You can't.
That would. We
I would
can't?
have to. No, I would have to stop the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can only see this. Like I can't see it versus or anything like that.
I mean, my guess is that the assumption that ace-x is calling off, actually, no, because of the same reasons of the bubble.
This is still 25% of the field left, Sola.
Yeah, I call.
There he calls.
Hmm.
Doug, what are you doing here?
I think we call when we're deeper, but here I think we just jam.
Just jamming at 20 effective. Calling for Sola versus the cutoff. Romano.
Yeah, I think jamming is probably okay in this step.
Okay, Kep.
Oh, I got distracted.
That's all good, my friend.
Blah, 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 jamming.
Me too. I mean, I don't know if it's correct. I mean, I feel like when we are deeper, we get the flat, but at 20, we have to maximize fold equity. We're jamming. I would jam like suited 9, suited 8s, king, suited aces. I'm actually losing control of my body here a lot.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, here, like, if you're jamming these king 5 and king 6 suited, like, we have to balance these somehow. So we also have to have these strong jams.
Yep.
yeah, I mean, this is a stack depth where you can actually be pretty aggressive on the money bubble. You can utilize your fold equity and you can chip up and start jamming hands like this. As opposed to when you're at 40, you don't need to be taking this many risks. I think
You
at
want to
40
win
big
or
blinds, you
go
might
home.
flap. Yep.
You want to win or go home.
Let's do 3 more, then I have to get ready to pack it up and go get the kiddos.
Rip it.
Rip it! Get his ass. Hey, I like it. I might have, every time I look at this stuff, I'm thinking of hands I would rip if it folded to me. And I would have a hard time not jamming some more of this. Ace deuce off, ace 3 off. There it is. The salt.
Spicy.
You calling this one, buddy?
Yeah, I was thinking if I have slivers of 3-bets there, but mostly callers.
Yeah, I was wondering if maybe we have a sliver here at 25. I would just pure call, but I wonder if like maybe 20% of the time, if I randomize it, it would be a thing. So let's pure call, and it is literally about 20%. So it's good. I like it. Was this kind of stuff folded?
Fold.
He's just snap folded.
Mixing, right?
Mixing folded call. God, he snap folded, made me question because I think I would call here in game, but it's probably a
Still
fold.
20 from the money. It's
I
gotta
think I
defend,
would
right?
call to.
Me too. Okay, good. I was like, man, do I have to fold this? So it's just the 2 gappers. Now, what did we see?
This was mixed
before?
earlier at like 30 or 40 to the 2.3x size.
Yeah.
We're jumping back and forth between bubble and soft bubble.
No, it's not only that. I do feel like Doug is right. Like when we were a little bit deeper, it was like not calling this as much, I
Yeah,
think.
it
Or
might
maybe it
have
was
been a-
17.
It might have been a different, like more intense bubble pressure earlier, I guess. You
It
have
might
to
have been
think about all
17.5,
those
right?
variables.
Yeah. But I
It
mean,
might also be that while we are calling, while we don't have so many like jams and stuff, when we're like deeper stacked, like 40, at the same time, we also probably want to have a bit stronger calling range than this. So we exclude the bottom when we're 40.
I
guess.
honestly like the 6-5-7, 6-8-7 better than the 9-8, 10-9 versus early position because he is opening those with the offsuits as well. So it's a little, you gotta be a little more cautious when you make top pair.
you know, it's funny, Cap, and the EV kind of supports your argument. It's a little bit, you get a little bit more higher EV here by flatting than you do with this, just
Oh,
slightly
cool.
because of your argument of these hands when you make straights and 2 pairs and them having better 10x, 9x in their range, and this range being a little bit more free and open and easier to play. So yep. Last hand, let's do this as the last one. I told him I would leave at 320. So versus folding versus hijack. God, am I an insane person? Joe,
I
you folding
fold-
this?
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I am.
You're gonna 3-bet this.
I
one.
fold this 100%.
Oh my God.
I'm trying
I
to
like
fucking
folding.
fuck around here. with the-
Yeah,
So I'm flying out to Vegas sometime next month, and we're gonna have a net boot camp. Okay? You're gonna teach me.
Come
all
quick,
this
I'm on a
wisdom.
heater, man. 3
I need
wins in
to-
2 sessions.
Old man
Let's go.
coffee camp.
I am on a fucking I am not on an upper. I'm on a
I shipped 2
downer.
tournaments yesterday. Let's go.
I'm on a fucking downswing. So yeah, teach me.
Camp
all right.
RMC.
All right, let's fold. I would never fold, but yeah, it's okay. Way there it is, Doug. 25% of the time we're not griefing it, and the other time we were playing bad. Never calling. Never.
But it's
calling.
so little EV that it's probably better to fold just pure.
True. I mean, you can almost make the case for everything. You can make the case for king 6 and 7, king 8 pluses, really.
I
Like,
probably
if-
don't do this. Probably do it more
I
with
think-
like
I
king
think that-
7.
I think
King
the most
8.
important. Sorry.
I was just saying I do it more with like king 7, king 8, but it likes calling those.
Yeah, same here, man. I think I mix this a little bit. Like I'll randomize for these hands a little bit too much as well. And I just try to fucking fight, man. Try to be a poker player and fight for everything. But you need part of poker is being a nit, which is very important. And
Yeah, I
we
mean,
got to be tight and
you gotta
preserving our
have-
chips.
You got to have both sides of it, right? You have to be able to put the pressure on and punish people that way, and then you also have to know when to kind of let them spew, right?
Yep.
And the cool thing about these ICM spots is that like everybody's fucking spewing, no one's studying. this shit.
Everybody.
Everybody's ranges are fucked up. So here we get to be nice and nitty because they're gonna spew. It's just a matter of time. Like,
Yep.
you know.
They're gonna be playing too wide. They're gonna be defending all this shit. They're gonna be defending in this region, 3-betting incorrectly, you know, and doing things. They're gonna be all in with the king queen when they shouldn't be and stuff like that. And we know better. So letting other people make mistakes. And we've seen it today. One of the big lessons of today and the biggest takeaways is, and in my opinion, is when we get deep, 30, 40 big blinds, and we're deeper on money bubbles and things like that, we have to be cancer tight, like just so tight, flatting queens to button opens, flatting jacks to MP open, 10s, ace queen almost is an pure flat versus low jack plus. And just keeping a lot of very strong hands in our calling range and letting your opponents spew it off. And it's also going to stop you from getting coolered nonstop in these spots. And you're wondering, why do I always run into it to get cooler? It's because you're too fucking wide on the bubble. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
that makes sense. That makes sense a lot, and it's so painful to hear.
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've coolered myself out of tournaments with ace queen, often ace queen suited on money bubbles and stuff like that, because I thought I was supposed to get it in. Nope.
Yeah, because we're just okay. It's chippy me.
Thank you, Doug.
Yeah, those aren't the ones for me, but
Take care, Doug.
Queens, I guess, you know, queens are a thing.
Queens is a flat. Disappear flat. In a lot of these spats. Yeah. So
Queens are the new jacks on the money bubble.
Queens are the new jacks.
but
I like it.
all right, guys. We were gonna have a guest this week, but with the holidays and everything, my kids out of school, people traveling, we're gonna
Yeah, it's a
have
bad
to
time.
have that. It's a really bad time with travel holiday. But next week we're gonna try that and see if that works. But yeah, we'll be back for the study group next Thursday, this one, and I'll keep you guys posted about the Tuesday cash game study group, depending on how the holidays go. My kids are out of school, so keeping them occupied is kind of difficult.
You might need a break from them by then.
I know I'm gonna be losing my mind. I'm gonna be full. I'm gonna have all gray hair by then, and don't worry, like, but yeah, no matter what, like, happy holidays, guys. Merry Christmas. We appreciate you guys, and I thank you guys for coming to the study group. You guys have helped me improve as a poker player and all that. Throughout the year, we've been doing this for like 6-7 months now, and I hope you guys are improving, winning more money and everything as well. And I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, it's definitely helpful. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, man. Really appreciate your time.
Yeah,
Yep.
thank you, Larry.
Merry
Appreciate you,
Christmas.
buddy.
Yeah, I do have one question. Did I
Yep.
miss to ask me anything, or did you not announce?
We didn't do it.
He
No,
just
we
said
didn't-
it. We got to push it because of the holidays. It's just,
Oh, okay.
it's too
Yeah,
hard to
we-
get anybody.
Yeah, we had people, and he was open, but my schedule was getting kind of crazy with the kids, his schedule, students, and things like
It's a really
that.
shitty time
Starting
to
to,
do things like that. But
yeah, I
Christmas
mean,
and New
it's
Year's like here.
yeah, it's hard because he's traveling for family and stuff like that as well. So
Cool.
but all right, guys. Thank you once again, and I will see you guys here in the Discord and around. Take care.
My man.
Let's go eat some holiday fish. Peace.
Yeah,
Yeah, thanks, man.
it is. Thank you.